Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 300.
Mardi Gras, the podcast, where
Thank
we
you,
talk
Vin.
about nothing but Mardi Gras. Thank you,
Vin.
Meso, for introducing us all to Mardi Gras. How
Yeah,
long
I'm
has it
excited to
been?
learn about this.
I regret it every month. Episode 362 of the TTV Podcast. I am Meso.
I am LJ.
I am Iron Man.
I am Tenebrae Invictus.
I'm Takuma.
I'm the XX Trooper.
And hello, once again, we have returned with another episode of the TTV Podcast as we continue our march to 365. Getting closer and closer every
It's
time.
terrifying.
It is terrifying. The end is not.
I don't want it to end.
But today, me neither.
So
buddy,
close.
but
It's so close.
It's gonna happen.
No.
Today, however, is not a somber time. Today is a very happy time because in the lead up to the podcast's ending, we have been graced with a guest appearance. Our final, probably final. I think it's safe to say final.
Our final guest
appearance.
ever.
I think so. Like, who else are we gonna have? Come on. Realistically, the one, the only, henceforth will be referred to as Mrs. Takuma.
Ooh.
Hello. How are you doing, Mrs.
Where's the
Takuma?
applause? Hang on.
Pretty good.
That's not applause. That's an air horn.
That's
Do
it.
we really
It's
not
better.
have? Wait, no.
This
I
is
have
the
something.
applause.
Well, you want me to start clapping, everybody?
There's the
Yeah.
clap.
Yeah, why are we
Just
actually
wanted to
just
sound-
applauding?
Because we look at soundboard future.
Oh my
When did we get a soundboard, dude? I don't even know.
We've always had it. We just don't use it on the podcast for some reason.
Oh,
Well, we're using it now.
All right.
Maybe we
Going
should.
forward, we
you.
will always use the soundboard on the podcast.
Oh yeah, going forward, a robust
forward.
future. Anyway, thank you, Mrs. Takuma, for joining us today. I appreciate it. I appreciate getting to meet you because unfortunately I wasn't able to attend the wedding.
I know.
But thank you. And
Ooh.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it was a bummer. It was a whole...
Thank
how many
you.
people from TTV attended?
4 of us.
Yeah, everyone present.
Technically 5
minus-
with Takuma.
Yeah,
I would hope he was there.
Yeah.
No, married in my own absence. I did have a dream that happened once.
Huh?
Really?
Did I ever tell you about the dream I
Takuma's
had where I got
prearranged
married?
marriage.
Tell the dream. You have not
Oh,
mentioned
that wasn't
it.
a dream. You are actually married, though.
Well, I am now.
Years ago, he had a dream, like before we knew each other.
Yeah. No, I had
I
a dream.
vaguely
I thought
remember
I brought
this.
this up on a previous episode.
I'll
I had a
refresh my
dream
memory.
where somebody told me that I was getting married to somebody. I was like, yeah, sure I am. And I didn't go to I never went anywhere near a ceremony. But then this random chick shows up later in my dream. She's like, so I guess I'm your wife now. And I'm like, excuse me? I was never part of any wedding. You can't just get married to me in my absence without my consent. And then, like, we were straight onto a honeymoon that I guess was in Egypt, and we went into a giant pyramid, and that's when a scorpion the size of a greyhound bus showed up, and I just ditched her, so I'm pretty sure she's dead now.
Oh my gosh!
Bro.
Well, all right
That's
then.
dark.
That's some pretty odd foreshadowing, you know?
No, it better not be foreshadowing.
No, it's just hints, you know? It's not like
I
one
guess
by
we'll
one.
never go to Egypt.
Ah, dang it.
Yeah, tell Giant Scorpion do his part. Thank you, Sakota.
Was Egypt on the list of places to go?
Not even close.
No, but I was that kid who knew how mummification worked.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Do you
Yeah,
still?
little first grade me.
Where do the brains come out?
Nose.
I don't know. This is a learning experience. Please
Oh, you didn't
share,
know that?
share with the rest of the class.
Wait,
Brain
did
was
you
You
just
say
said
the
it. You said it.
nose?
They come.
So, like,
You suck the
take
brain
certain
through the
organs.
nose.
Yeah, they would take certain organs out and preserve them because they thought that they were important. They thought the brain was not important at all, so they just stripped it out through the nose and threw it away.
Very funny.
That is actually pretty funny.
Little did they know.
Yeah, that one's pretty important, actually.
It's
A little
okay.
bit.
For some people, still not important.
Dang,
Yeah.
I was thinking of a way to phrase that joke. Thank you
I
for
think we
saying
all
it.
were.
All
You
right.
took it right out of my. You sucked it right out of my brain through my nose.
But yes, as is probably apparent, this episode will have a pretty centralized focus, I'd say, because I want to talk to Takuma and Mrs. Takuma about the wedding, how it came to be, how, like, the process of planning a wedding, any crazy stories, talking about the honeymoon, whatever you guys want to talk about, basically.
Yeah,
I would love to hear about.
Where do we start? I mean, I don't know that we need to start with.
Where
Well,
do, where do you want us to
The,
start?
be-
I mean-
the beginning. What made you say yes?
that's not even the beginning.
That is
like,
the
you gotta come
beginning.
back and forth.
Because
No,
she
the
could go, oh, well, you see, all the way from when I first met this man. I don't know. He looked a little weird, but he was pretty funny.
Well, if you close your eyes when you're going for a kiss, it's not so bad.
You gotta start from the beginning. So in the year
Yeah,
2000, the Lego company was in financial turmoil, and they were
Start
all-
from the beginning. So when Takuma's parents met,
That's okay. Well, hold up. Okay, I mean, I guess we met online. We had a couple video dates. Then we decided to meet in person, which was a little bit of a feat since we were like 2.5 hours apart.
away.
Yeah. But our first in-person date was mini golf and walking around like a what do you call it? Toy shop / bookstore
Yeah,
/
it's in Wabasha, Minnesota. It's a place called Lark Toys. They have like a hand-carved wooden carousel, mini golf, a bunch of little shops where they've got like toys and books and knickknacks and also like vintage toy collections and stuff like that.
sounds like
Very
my
nice.
kind of place. I
And
like
really
it.
like a great first date.
Yeah, we were just talking about nerd stuff and kind of things in our past. And how was it? We were going through the books and talking about.
We were talking about
was-
writing because I majored in English when I went to college. Yeah. And somehow that got into, well, my friends wrote this
We
fake
got-
movie for, do you know what Bionicle is? And he kind of looked a little sheepish, like a little bit like, am I
No
really going to
way.
jump all the way into the deep end on our first in-person date?
Peak.
And he told me about Biocraft.
Yeah, I risked it all.
This was all on the first date.
Yeah,
That was very bold of you.
Takuma, why?
I admire that.
we'd been talking before this. Like we had a couple video dates.
Yeah, we've
over.
been talking online, couple of video
Yeah,
dates.
that's fair. That's fair.
This was our first in-person meeting.
Yeah, no, I risked it all. I was like, you know what? We're not gonna hold back a whole lot. And I was like, yeah, Biocraft. We did a Minecraft machinima about
He's
Bionicle.
like, do you know what Bionicle was? Do you know what a machinima is?
That's actually amazing.
Do you know about any of these niches?
Yeah,
I knew that
So-
Bionicle had existed. I knew what machinima was.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? Go ahead, explain this to me.
So
she's
you were
cultured.
interested. You were not put off by that at all.
She was
Yeah.
cultured in the ways of the chronically online and homeschooled.
I went to public school.
she's not
Amazing.
homeschooled.
I went to public
No,
school.
the Bionicle.
No, I know.
fans
I
are.
went to public school too, but still, for some reason, there's an
Kidding.
overlap between homeschooled kids and Bionicle fans. I don't know why, but anyway, I digress.
Yeah, no. So then, it was a good first date. We went home, and to my shock and horror, she immediately watched Biocraft.
Yeah. I wanted to know this- I
Then
wanted
she
to know
heard
what
your
the
she heard your
meant.
voice on there and went, "Yep,
That's the one.
the rest
I
is
wanted to
history."
know what sorts of things he did with his friends. And it was like, oh, well, fan movies tend to be kind of fun because at the very least they're done with a lot of heart, and it was actually pretty
Yeah.
good.
I'm
Yeah.
glad to
Yes.
hear that.
Okay, that's a rave review as far as I'm
Yeah.
concerned. Pretty good. That's
a lot
that
of
is-
heart
yes.
and a lot of impulse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I need a bit of both.
very much impulse.
Biocraft was very much a passion project, but I
It's-
think it turned out.
It's
mean,
basically
That
like.
really,
Oh, go ahead.
well, it does come through that it was a passion project for you guys.
It's
very glad to hear
probably
that.
the culmination
A lot
of
of
everything.
care went into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, yeah. After that point, I don't know if there's a whole lot. Like, obviously we
We
kept
did
seeing
some-
each other, doing a lot of stuff together.
We
just-
did video dates
We did
before
video
you asked me
dates.
to be your girlfriend.
Oh yeah, between our first two in-person dates, we did a Discord call and watched Lego Batman together.
And
Very
Vanessa.
nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Right on.
So place this on the timeline because I don't know when the audience even last heard from you. I know you've been on an episode, but
Oh,
I don't know
God.
when exactly. So when was this?
Oh, but
September 2023.
2024.
No, it's
Or no,
2023.
I can't keep the years straight anymore. No, it's 2023. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
2023.
Well, yeah,
Cool.
no one blames you, Takuma. You're an old man.
Yeah, it happens. I'm 35 now. Can you believe it? I'm 5 years away from being over the hill.
oh my
You married
god.
Oh, you're so old. Oh my god.
But I don't know if there's a whole lot in between. Like, I mean, we went on our second date. That was pretty cliche. It was a picnic. We went on a hike. I had a whole spread. I made Batman cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Very nice.
Nice.
We stumbled our way awkwardly through you want to be like my significant other of sorts?
Nice. Nice.
Is that how you worded it verbatim, by the way?
No, that's not how I
You just,
worded
like,
it.
said it
It was honestly probably worse.
I don't remember exactly, but eventually.
So I was thinking, we could start a Minecraft server. Oh,
Will
sorry.
you be my romantic unit?
Oh, no,
Bad.
no, I don't like that.
Have you ever, when you and when because you and when you and you and because when I
For
Yes,
sure.
but yeah, I mean, I had her fooled. She said yes, she wanted to be my girlfriend. So,
Texted his family and said, "Hey,
oh yeah, so the way I broke my family didn't even know I was like, they didn't know I was dating. They didn't even know I was looking to date. And I just text my my group chat and I says, hey, can y'all pray for a friend of mine who's making some really poor decisions right now? And I just sent a picture of the two of us together and said, by the way, that poor decision is being my girlfriend.
Wow.
wait. So what happened to the friend?
That is crazy.
friend."
Well, you gotta put yourself down.
Yep. Yeah, no, obviously things went pretty swell from then on. I was like, all right, I gotta marry this girl. So I got a ring. I was like, okay, it's time to ask the parents for their blessing, right?
Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh,
again, her parents live 3 hours away.
And my reaction there was more of a, I still am slightly jokingly indignant that he managed to slip this by me.
Yeah. So, like, because we live so far apart, or lived, I should say, we're,
Yeah.
gosh, that'd be horrible. We're married. You're still 2.5 hours away. But this was a weekend where she had something else going on. So it's like, okay, it's like a week before her birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I can meet her parents halfway, have this little conversation. So, I text them, we agree on a spot to meet. We get there, we sit down in a restaurant.
Outback Steakhouse, to be specific.
Well, okay, sure, if you want to be specific. Real fancy place, Outback.
we love
But
Outback.
we sit down, and I'm like, I'm just like, I don't remember exactly how I worded it, but just, yeah, I intend to wed your daughter.
Nice.
Or something along those lines.
All right.
Hello, Mr. Father. I would like to speak to you and or your wife about the future of my relationship with your daughter.
Well, that was when I texted
I'm going to
her. That
take
was
your
funny.
daughter.
But yeah, well, it's kind of funny though because we it's like, hey, I really like your daughter. I want to marry her. And her dad asked me the most basic question you can ask. Says, why her? And my mind went blank. I could not think of a single reason I wanted
She
to marry her.
purdy.
Why her?
It's like, she's.
I don't believe you.
She's nice. And yeah, I stumbled my way through an answer. I did not feel great about it.
Oof.
But we had a conversation back and forth a little bit, and her parents just said like, we're really, we like you, and you're a great guy, and we're glad that she found someone who understands her, because most of the time we don't. But
I'll take it.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it's fairly
It
good.
was-
I'd say.
it was bothering me all weekend that
Oh
I
my
couldn't.
gosh. Will you be my missing Lego piece?
Yeah.
That's really brilliant. Shout out, Saren.
Mm-hmm.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I wound up texting her parents like a couple days later, like 11 paragraphs of why her, because I didn't like the answer I gave. Yeah, and then so a week later, it was her birthday, and I was like, all right, this is it. I'm gonna propose. I've never done this before. Like, I'm terrified out of my wits. Yeah.
And I was completely clueless because, like, we had talked about everything, and so it's like, okay, I have a feeling he'll propose, like, maybe March or something like that. First, I thought my birthday was just not going to be it. Also, it was kind of like, okay, people in my family were literally placing bets on us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What was it your sister said like the anniversary of our
On the 24th.
Yeah, the anniversary of when we started
A month
like
anniversary, yeah.
of moved to exclusivity. Was it your mother that said leap day?
Mom said leap day because
Yeah.
she's like, I know it's a Thursday, but this would suit you guys and your sense of humor.
Yeah, dates all over the place. They were literally placing bets on when I was going to propose. I'm not sure how I feel about this.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I wake up that day and it's just like, oh, this is gonna be a great day because Takuma's coming over. We're gonna get some barbecue because I have a $10 off coupon, and then we're gonna go to yes, we did. We went to a Home Alone themed escape room.
The sun is shining. The birds are singing.
Honestly, it was one
Was
of
it
those-
Friday?
It was a Saturday.
Oh,
It was
okay.
one of
Almost
those
heard
rare
Friday,
days when you wake up and it's like, this is good. And you're not like, oh, give me 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
showed up.
I showed up and then with a couple of presents for her birthday. The first was just a Pichu plush because it's relevant to an ongoing in-joke we had. But then the other present I'd been kind of hinting at and not giving a lot of specifics on. But I don't know who all here knows what a Viewmaster is.
Or a viewfinder.
Or if you find...
Is that the thing
I'm
where you like
familiar.
you look through it and you flick
Viewfinder.
through pictures?
It looks kind of like a pair of binoculars, but it's got a reel in it with
Yeah.
pictures in it.
Yeah, slides, and you like press
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I found a place on Etsy that can make those custom. So I sent a few pictures of us, on dates since we started. And then the very last image in the reel was a screenshot of the seller saying, "Hey, the ring is ready and it'll be on its way soon." And so I had this all planned out. It's like, okay, she's gonna open it, and I know exactly how many pictures are in here, so I can count how many times she pulls the lever, and I know when to get down on one knee. I think it was
that's
7,
cool.
6, 5.
Okay.
I don't know.
it.
I knew the number.
Yeah, we
Nice.
don't note anymore.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah. Yeah, so I hand her the present. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm just like, oh, neat. My grandma had one of these in her basement. And it worked out really well that the most spacious spot in my apartment was the one with the most light. And at first I'm like, oh, this is just going to be a cutesy kind of birthday present. There's no way he's proposing. So I go through and it's like, oh, this is our first picture together. And then I go to the second slide and my finger slips.
Oh, I panicked.
No!
I panicked because her
Oh,
fingers.
no.
Were like, she's like, "Oh no, it's halfway between the pictures." Like, I was gonna count up to 7. I didn't even get to count to 2. Like, I don't know where we're at anymore.
I'm here to throw you off.
Yeah, she fixed it though.
Yeah, I fixed it. And so I'm going through and it's like, okay, this is totally just a cutesy birthday present, right? Maybe not. Oh, I think he's proposing. Click. I think he's proposing. Click.
Nice.
And I'm just mentally like, don't turn around. Don't turn around. Just go through all the pictures. And yeah, I get to the very last one is like, hey, your ring is ready. And I click one more time for safety just to see if there's a picture of the ring. There wasn't. And I turn around and there he is down on one knee holding a ring box and he just goes, hi.
Aww.
That
Aww.
I completely
great.
had I said hi.
Yeah, that sounds like you, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, okay. So, and I was determined not to like read off some sort of pre-scripted thing, but I was like, okay, look, I sent your parents this friggin' novel of a
And
text.
he gave me that whole story of meeting with my parents.
Yeah.
Funny.
I was like, I kind of want to read this off for you because I said a lot of things I think you deserve to hear. And so I read through all 11 paragraphs, and oh my gosh, my mouth was dry. Like, so dry. I needed water desperately, but there was none to be found. I didn't pack a water bottle for the proposal.
No wonder you're gonna read 11 whole paragraphs.
Yeah. So I finished reading all those paragraphs, and then I'm like, okay, now there's the part where I can go into what I was originally going to say. And again, my mind goes blank.
So his mind goes blank and his mouth is dry. I am just like leaking from my eyes. Because I just cry really easily and it was very sweet. And I'm like, okay, while you think, can I go and blow my nose? So at my apartment, I had to walk past him.
She had to walk past me to go to where she's got her Kleenexes. And, you know, it's still all in the same room. It's kind of an open area. But it's like, I don't know what to do now. Do I get up and follow her? Do I just stay here staring out the window waiting for her to come back? I don't know what to do. And so I just kind of like swivel on my knee.
And then I came back.
Like a friggin' compass needle to point towards her.
And I came back.
Amazing.
So she comes back. I remember now what I'm gonna say. I say these things and like, okay, and I finally get to it. It's like, will you marry me?
And I had to take a second because mentally I'm just going like, bend your knees. Remember to breathe. Do I say yes or do I say yes, I'll marry you? Because there wasn't any hesitation for me.
You should have said, I have to go blow my nose again. Be right back.
Oh my gosh, that would have been funny. Didn't happen though.
Yeah. No. So she said yes, right? And here's kind of where I messed up. Is sure. What should happen right after she says yes? What's the very next thing I should do?
Give her the ring.
Give her the ring.
Yeah, I should put the ring on her finger. I didn't. I
Oh,
went
buddy.
in for a hug. I went in for
I'm
a
right there
hug
with
first.
you.
I went in for a hug first, and so she goes to reciprocate, and she ends up knocking the ring out of my hand, and the ring goes flying across her apartment living room. And I'm like, stop everything! Where'd the ring go?
No way.
And I'm like, wait, I didn't even get a good look at it because I was trying to just watch his face.
She didn't even
Like,
know.
I look at the ring every day. Watching his face during the proposal is once in a lifetime.
So we found the ring.
And stuff, man.
Yeah,
That's life.
we found the ring. We called her folks, told them
Called
about,
your parents,
and then we
too.
went out for barbecue and to celebrate her birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we show up to the escape room.
Oh,
and my family's waiting. My brother won the bet.
Your mother looked so indignant. Didn't even look at him. Just pulled her hand out of her purse with a stack of
cash.
like $60 and just hands it to him.
I was pretty pleased.
Yeah.
Exceptionally funny.
Yeah.
And then the madness started.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, that's when it
I
started.
don't know how much there is to dig into about planning a wedding, but
Yeah,
all
we
I gotta
just-
say is
we didn't want
oof.
to have a long engagement because it's like, well, we want to get married, and yeah, didn't
Yeah.
want to
Get it?
didn't want to deal with the Minnesota winter.
Yeah, that either. We wanted to be
The
married
wedding
before
in
winter started.
huh?
Yeah. And also, it's just like trying to be frugal because what is the average wedding these days? Like
20 to 30.
20, I want to say it's like
Yep.
27 grand is your average wedding. And that's
Oh
just
my
Really?
gosh.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
That is frightening.
It's really bad.
I mean, some people, of course, are bringing that down, and people with interesting life choices are bringing it up.
Yeah. Yeah. But it was, I don't want to say it was a nightmare, but it was, there was a lot of points where it's just like, oh, come on. Why is this such a problem? Why can't we get past this point?
And sometimes it's just a lot of hurry up and wait.
What was like the thing that was the biggest biggest source of frustration, I would say.
Message taking notes.
What was the biggest source of frustration?
maybe possibly like, not just in the planning process, something that was just that really grinded your gears.
Man, what was it? Was it just initially trying to settle on the date?
Maybe.
Or was it... I feel like there was something else.
Thank goodness we didn't get October 26th.
I mean, trying to narrow down the guest list wasn't easy. We had lots of trouble just trying to decide on get the date down. I don't know if we could pick any one thing.
And honestly, ours did go pretty well, all things considered. It's just, yeah, sometimes just getting the date, figuring out what was worth the extra expense. Because like the place where we got married, it was pretty inclusive, and that was more expensive, but we figured it was worth it because we didn't have so much to coordinate on our own. Like, there's no who's doing the dishes at the end of the night. It's these people will do the dishes and set the tables
and serve the food and provide the dance floor. And yeah, we paid a little bit more for that, but the convenience was well worth it.
Of course.
And it was really nice for everyone there.
Yeah. But yeah, and we finally got everything together. After I proposed, my sister's boyfriend proposed, and then they set their wedding date for 2 weeks before mine.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. My goodness.
Wait, who else proposed?
My sister's boyfriend proposed to my sister.
And
Wow,
then
that's like an unwritten rule. You don't do that because then you kind of steal someone else's moment.
You know what? People were asking me if it bothered me that she was gonna beat me to the altar or whatever, and I was like, you know what? She's gonna get married, and 2 weeks later she has to go to a wedding. I get married. I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So I was fine with her going first.
Excellent.
Yeah, the wedding day arrived, and me being the romantic sucker I am, I got a whole stack of envelopes. There was 100 of them. I think
really tiny ones.
Really tiny one. Like what are they, like 2 by 3 inches, something like that?
Probably.
And 2 by 3, 2 by 4, and then
inches. Not.
I wrote a whole bunch of
roses are red.
Yeah, stupid little things. So like the outside would say roses are red, something else, and then I would on the note inside the envelope I would finish off the rhyme.
Roses are red. Concrete is gray.
Marriage is what brings us together today. Which, if anyone here has ever seen The Princess Bride, they know what that's getting at. But so I wrote
peak.
I probably wrote
I haven't watched it.
Ooh, speak.
30 or.
He also wrote one that was completely in Matoran.
Oh yeah, I wrote one in
Wow, that's impressive.
All right, yeah, no, that's good. That's good stuff.
So I just found one of her personal attendants at the rehearsal dinner. I was like, okay, here's a stack of 40 envelopes. If you can just hand her one of these every once in a while she's getting ready tomorrow, that'd be great.
Yeah, so I would just she handed me the first one and explained hey, this is from Takuma. And I'm like, okay. And I swear every time I turned around, there was another one. And it's like, what the heck? Most of them I read out loud, and everyone enjoyed them.
Incredible. I love that.
Yeah,
we got a comment from Toa Solek in the patron chat in reference to Gigi's sister. He says, you should have just copied their wedding.
No. Their wedding was fine, but
I really liked ours.
no, ours was so much better.
Well,
Brutal.
Brag about it.
I can't judge. I went to my
it
friend's
was
wedding
pretty
the same day.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing is that her friend had a wedding 2 weeks before our wedding too, so we couldn't even go to the same wedding together. 2 weeks before our own wedding,
They didn't play Move Along on the dance floor, did they?
No, my sister did not play Move Along.
Not worth copying.
Yeah, see, not worth.
Yeah, no. Yeah, wedding day came. I mean, several of you were there for it. I think it went off pretty well.
Because, we just had some really, really great people offering to help us. I had 2 personal attendants, and one of them stayed with me, and one of them, she helped me with the flowers and the decorations, and she was in charge of all of that. And yeah, it was just amazing.
Very nice.
Yeah.
That is a wonderful story.
But yeah, and then those who were there can even speak to. Every single table centerpiece was different. We were going for nerdy but classy.
Mm-hmm.
And like the wedding cake we had decorated with iconography for what all did we have on there?
Well, the top
was-
was Princess Bride.
Topper was Princess Bride, and then we
Yeah.
had the Unity Duty Destiny symbol for Bionicle.
We had Batman.
We had a
the bat symbol.
bat symbol,
The Even Star from Lord of the Rings.
and it
And
was
we had-
was it the Jedi Order?
We had the Jedi Order symbol.
Yeah, and then I bought a battery operated like turntable so the cake would spin slowly,
Nice.
and then like a couple of portal turrets next to the cake because you got to do that. Yeah, we had a Bionicle table setting, a Shakespeare table setting, a Dracula table setting.
Puzzle table setting. Peter Pan, Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah,
You guys even had
all
One
of the
Piece.
dinner music.
Pokemon.
All of the dinner music was almost all like music from like games and stuff.
Yeah.
So like we had stuff from Ace Attorney, Skyrim, Halo, Mass Effect,
Also Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Dude, when I heard the Skyrim music on, I was like, oh yeah, this is a nerd wedding. This is awesome.
It was very much a nerd wedding.
That was the first indication.
This is a nerd wedding, and I
Cool.
love it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool. I'm copying you, just so you know.
Hey, you want tips? You want tips? Just hit us up.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Just know I've taken the Etsy suggestion to heart. Like I've been all over that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice.
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
we did play Move Along. We also
It was great.
played a song from Ninjago, and you guys seemed to miss that one completely.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
because no
really?
one here likes Ninjago.
We'll get
What,
which
you take us
song
for
was it?
Ninjago fans?
Which song was it? Do you recall?
AWESOME.
Okay, that would be why no one remembered it.
Yeah.
There's Ninjago has good music, but there's
They
really
didn't
only
play the
one
Weekend Whip
song.
mess,
There's
so
only
don't worry.
one song that anyone, like most people, would know, basically.
Oh,
Yo,
well,
the
I
Weekend
enjoyed it.
Whip.
If I heard Weekend Whip at that wedding, I would have left.
Yeah, I guess.
Do I have your phone number, Ven? I'm gonna make that your ringtone.
No.
No. Well, that's fantastic. That's absolutely incredible that you guys were able to do that and pull that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was great. And then it was kind of funny between the actual ceremony and the reception. You know, we still had to do a bunch of pictures, and then finally pictures were done. We're like, okay, we've got like an hour before we get to the reception and do the grand march. Hi, we're married and finally like
Hello.
alone for a second.
Hello, husband.
Yeah, hello, wife.
Nice.
What do we do now? We gotta kill an hour.
So we ate some teriyaki jerky that you had in the back seat.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot about the beef jerky I had in the back seat.
Why do you?
So we ate a couple pieces of beef jerky, just like
Because
what do
we hadn't had time to really have lunch for a while.
And it's like, we don't want to get sick on honeymoon. Should we get some health shots? It's like, yeah. So we literally drove to Walmart. She stayed in the car, but I went in my full like wedding suit and everything, grabbed like some turmeric ginger health shots at Walmart, and we were just in the car doing health shots
Yeah.
in a Walmart parking lot.
We did
Oh,
shots in a Walmart parking lot.
You guys are awesome.
that is. I gotta be honest. That seems like the kind of thing that we would do on like a TTV trip. Like, I'm sorry. Hang on. Also, I want to put that forward for the title of the episode: "Health Shots in a Walmart Parking Lot."
No, that's it. Easy.
Yeah.
That's
Is
incredible.
it a Walmart or the Walmart?
Yeah.
The Walmart.
I don't know.
A Walmart.
a Walmart?
It's
A
not
slash
just
no.
any Walmart. It's the
I mean, I
Walmart.
feel like
Come
Walmart's
on.
We got a
featured in a lot of our stories.
Uh,
Actually.
we got a comment from Quentin Mariano about the Ninjago music. Nejugo fall off. It's just my opinion. Sorry for my asking. You're allowed to your opinion. I agree. Nejugo
Yeah,
did fall
yeah.
off.
Oh, that wasn't the honeymoon yet, though.
No, that was
Studio
even the
Ultra.
reception.
Yeah, but that was before the reception. Even.
I don't remember where the poems.
You might remember. Oh, you're gonna go get the stack. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
He's gonna get the
she's
what?
bringing out the stack of poems.
But
Oh
yeah, no, it was really great.
You gotta
having
read the one
food
in
either.
Matoran.
You should do that. Test of your skill. I can't even read Matoran.
Messi
Bro.
just disappoint me. Not that that's anything new.
Even
but-
I could
That's
read
messed up.
Matoran. Come on, man.
There you
I'm
go.
clearly I'm a fake Bionicle fan.
You are.
fake
You really
Bionicle
are.
fan.
All right, Messa, I'm going to teach
Yeah.
you right now, live, how to read Matoran. All right, you ready? Okay.
I'm ready. Born ready, LJ.
All right. It's English and round. Boom. You're
Yeah,
fluent.
basically.
Oh, it's American because we're all obese.
Wait. Hold on. All? I've seen you, Takuma. Mm-mm.
Bro.
Man.
Okay, yeah, the Matoran one. So the outside says roses are red, a very nice hue, and
Nice.
then inside, still in Matoran, it says, "If you can read this, I am so hot for you."
Wow.
Brilliant.
It took me a minute.
Oh.
She did read it though.
Oh, dang.
That's amazing.
Well, there you go.
Holy smokes.
Yeah,
You guys are You are.
You make my gearbox turn.
yeah. If we want a sappy one, one was roses are red. I wish never to roam, because when I'm in your arms, I feel like I'm home.
Aw.
And some
Very
of them. This one has my sister's name, but
Very, very cool.
You are the Suva to
Anyways.
my Toa Nuva.
Wow.
Truly romantic. Thank you, Vin.
Yeah. But then after that, it was
Baby,
the
are
best
you a
thing
Kanohi
ever.
Ruru because you make me see in the dark?
What?
I'm
Alright,
gonna keep coming up with
you're,
them.
you're taking notes, I see.
Right.
Are you a Kanohi Miru? Because you lift me up.
Are you LJ's comics from back in the day?
No.
Because you're a hot topic.
No! Oh my god!
Oh no.
Go!
So I feel like, is this a good time to mention that Ven, Envy, and I were all there?
I'd say
know-
so. I think
I
that's
know
an
we mentioned it.
appropriate time to mention.
I mean, what was your take on the wedding?
Okay.
Were we gonna keep that a secret or something?
No, heavens no. But
We were there?
we were there. I have a picture of the three
You
of
know
us.
what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Maybe I hallucinated meeting you.
Yeah. No, I've been told that a lot. So it was
I
actually
wish
four
it
of
was
us.
a hallucination meeting LJ.
So it was actually four of us. We also had AT with us. He doesn't usually frequent podcasts, so he's obviously not here.
He hides
But
in the
he is
shadows.
he is a legend, and he's never forgotten.
Yeah.
We love
And so
AT.
the
Never
four of
forgot.
us all ended up being able to make it. We all showed up, and we were there for both wedding and reception. I thought the reception was phenomenal. I thought you guys knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, dude, that reception that reception was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Good.
No, that
We were
was
just
great.
happy that people were having fun.
Oh yeah, I think my favorite part were actually the speeches. Specifically, Takuma, your brother's speech was absolutely
He was so
hilarious.
Yeah.
I want to speak to him again. We gotta have him on the. We gotta have him on the podcast.
No,
Before it ends.
No more guests.
no more
One last guest. One last guest.
One last.
We had to have one last guest.
last
I would
guest.
advocate for Mini Takuma.
Absolutely, that was golden. Everything was fantastic. It was genuinely a blast. Takuma, do you realize how difficult it was when you guys were getting married?
Difficult.
What? How difficult? What was? What
Oh,
Do you understand our struggles sitting there
I don't know
watching you
what he's
guys
talking
get
about,
married?
just so you guys know. I don't know what. Yeah, I thought the ceremony was beautiful.
Okay, so
LJ,
the
on the other
entire
hand,
time that
almost
Takuma
ruined it. He
Takuma
almost
and
ruined
Mrs.
it.
Takuma are getting married, Ven over here is a menace. And because the four of us
How?
were
The
sitting in a
Venice.
row.
Of course you're gonna blame me.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna blame you because you're to blame.
was happening behind us where I couldn't see?
Oh my goodness, dude! First of all,
LJ was doing the
Ven
most.
Ven kept on
The
nudging me, and
absolute
you know
most.
that thing where you take your hand, and you're like, haha, made you look. You know that like okay symbol.
Making the okay hand to like
Yeah.
prank people when they look down.
Yeah, he kept on. He would nudge me, and I'd look over him, and he'd like nod down, and I see it, and I you son of a gun. And every
I
time,
mean, it's not my fault. You kept falling for it.
I think the
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me, LJ.
listen, I did feel like a fool because the entire time we're sitting there, I'm trying so desperately not to burst out laughing because Ven is being a clown and he keeps on doing stuff. He brought out the pamphlet that you guys gave everyone, kind of going over like
the program or whatever.
what the ceremony. Sorry, the what?
Like the program.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and he'd be looking through it. And every time there every time it mentioned God or Jesus, he would point to it. He would nudge my shoulder. He'd point to it, and he'd nod his head in approval. And I just, why are you doing
What, man?
God is good.
We were in the Lord's home. You know, it's only right to give him a thumbs up. Approve of the Lord.
I could.
You were
That's the most
basically you were being a minister to make LJ laugh out loud.
No, I was not. I don't know why he's trying to frame it this way. It's mad disrespectful. But anyway, that's the most we'll ever talk about religion on this podcast.
Yeah.
Really towing the line here with those rules.
It was such a struggle to go because
the podcast is over.
there you guys, you're having a moment, and like the priest is saying some, and there's Ven is like, yeah, thumbs up. I'm just, it was a struggle. Sitting next to Ven was a challenge.
Yeah. Huh.
So LJ kept bothering me.
Oh,
the whole
screw
time.
you! You kept
poking.
bothering me.
That sounds like LJ.
What? No.
Wow, LJ. Wow, dude.
You know what? I'm just glad that LJ was able to pull it together and stop being such a clown long enough to do the Grand March.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna-
I'm surprised he got through that.
Grand March.
I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. So I don't get stage fright. I don't get nervous about being in front of large groups of people. And I'm not an anxious person generally. I don't have a lot of anxiety. I don't get terribly concerned about things before I do them. I was so nervous before.
We could tell.
That.
We
I
could
was
tell
like,
because you
no,
those
go ahead.
names.
Sorry, what's up?
We could tell that the nerves were getting to you because you went through those names so fast.
So okay, I
were
felt
so
so
far.
bad about that because I didn't have a whole lot of time to like plan it out and like do it, and I'm like, oh shoot, I don't know the timing. I don't know the timing of the song. I haven't seen this movie in years. Although, fun fact, the place that Goofy's dad wants to go to is Lake Destiny in Idaho, which does not exist.
Destiny. Yeah.
I'm sitting there going,
Immersion broken.
I
Destiny.
gotta wing it. I have to figure this out. And I
You did
afterwards
really
I was like,
well. I couldn't even tell that you were nervous.
You were early, but you know what? We love it. It just added an extra little flair of character to what happened.
I'm so glad. I guess I felt awful the entire rest of
I
the
didn't
night.
No,
even
you did
notice
great,
it at the
dude.
time.
Ugh.
Like, I can't even
The
recall
only
that being
time
an
I'm
issue.
ever going to say this, you did great.
Oh, thank you.
The
The
entire
only-
reception, LJ's just
Literally the entire rest of the time. I'm just in the back of my head
was
going,
tweaking about it the whole time.
Really?
But no, I was like, because the cruel reality was I was only nervous because like not because I was in front of all those people. That was fine. It was just I really didn't want to screw it up for you guys.
Yeah, because you already screwed up the ceremony for me.
Okay, yeah, okay, says you. Hey, Ven, have you played any good games recently? Any good Bionicle games? On a
I'm
DS?
actually playing Maze of Shadows right now.
I can't believe you.
In this conversation.
But no, the
Wow.
whole thing was outstanding. You guys are great, and it was just it was such a blast.
Yeah, it was so good. It was so great. It grates cheese.
Oh my gosh. I was wondering if you're going to go for that.
Oh boy. You know what was really nice though is after how many months of just, never-ending top echelon stress, we finally got to go on vacation.
Yeah. Where'd you guys go?
I didn't feel like never-ending stress, but
It was never-ending stress.
okay.
Where did you guys go?
Not have to plan anything anymore.
Where did you guys go?
Florida.
Very nice.
Ugh.
So
Listen,
Two very different-
living in Florida is it,
You know-
but a vacation could be nice.
Oh,
I mean, it was
I hope y'all
November
had a
in
good time.
Minnesota. It was like, let's go somewhere. It's like 70 or 80 degrees. That sounds nice.
So we were like, okay, we've been running at just, high gear for how long? We need to wind down. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to fly into Jacksonville and spend like 5 days there with nothing scheduled.
Mm-hmm.
Just call it as we see it.
And we didn't leave immediately after the wedding either. We
We had a couple days.
we took a couple of days just to, pack and de-stress a little bit.
But yeah, then the honeymoon turned out to be eventful.
But good.
Yes, good, but eventful.
Yeah.
What picture
like-
would you like me to show first?
I don't know that I have one for the beginning of thing. Like
Which ones did you send?
I don't remember what pictures I sent anymore.
That's okay.
Uh,
Dealer's choice now.
Yeah, sure. So we flew into Jacksonville. We got ourselves a room that had a hot tub. Because we figured, like, oh, that could be nice.
We want a hot tub.
Yeah. So we want to be able to just, like, extra de-stress. And so we get our hotel room, and it's okay. Like, the carpet was a little damp around the hot tub, so somebody must not have been super careful with it when they were last in there.
Mm-hmm.
The room smelled slightly musty. We just figured that was a
Because
case
the
of.
tub.
We just figured it was the tub. Like, the door was kind of dinged in places. There was like an outlet
was-
plate was cracked.
It was decent.
It was decent. The continental breakfast was good.
Yeah, the breakfast was really good. And
But-
the people who worked there were really nice.
But it's like, okay. But so, very first day, we went to a couple museums, and yeah, it was an art. We went to an art museum. We went to a science museum, and then I don't.
A list.
I do have a list. Wow, I'm a dummy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Then we went to a Batman escape room.
Oh yeah.
A Batman escape room?
Yeah.
Like licensed.
That sounds
Batman
cool.
escape room.
Yeah. It was only the two of us, so we were a little scared going in. We figured we'd wind up with another group, but no, it was just the two of us. It's like, all right, we'll see how we do. We had like, what was it,
22
23 minutes still left on the clock when we got out of there.
Did pretty well, I'd say.
Oh
Dang.
yeah, we felt pretty good about
It was
ourselves.
pretty
You
cool.
made it out before Batman could bust you.
True.
No, but the framing of it was sort of almost we're training to be Robins, we're training to aid Batman in the fight against crime. So the first
Okay.
thing is you need to be able to get out of the Batcave. Then he's like, oh, well, there's been some sort of prisoner transfer with Blackgate, so you can go in there and familiarize yourself with the place. But, they'll all be gone, so it'll be fine. And partway through that Blackgate section, this other room, all of a sudden, who should hijack the test but the Joker? And he's like, hey, you know how Batman was going to place a fake bomb that you have to defuse? It's real now. And so the third secret room was defusing a bomb, basically.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was
On
it
the
was
job
good.
training.
Yep.
I didn't
then we
realize
went
there
to a-
were licensed escape rooms.
Yeah. Then we went to a smokehouse, and
Nice.
yeah, like it was good, but also the sandwich I got was friggin' huge.
Yeah, I'm
No, it was food.
I'm seeing this picture.
called the
Sex, it was food.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
This picture is crazy. You got to post it here, Takuma. This is a big sandwich.
Post it in the Patreon chat.
Big ham? Question mark.
I don't.
Is that Mator?
Yes, it is.
Show our
It's-
patrons the sandwich. They deserve
Yeah,
something.
Show them the sandwich.
There.
Sandwich.
There's the sandwich.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How
That
do you?
sucker
How
was-
are you even supposed
Oh
to
my
eat
God.
that?
It came
with
with a fork and knife.
very carefully.
It came with a fork and knife. Also, like, yeah, I managed to eat that whole thing. I'm shocked.
I didn't know you had room for that thing.
Me neither. I guess walking around made me hungry. But yeah,
That made me hungry.
yes, yeah. The next day we went to a zoo. Or were you gonna say something, Meso?
No, I'm just Draper. That's a sandwich.
Yeah,
Mess,
that was
I'm about to make an order.
Chicken.
You want anything?
Yeah, I'll have 20 I don't know, 20 chicken nuggets.
I
No.
bet. I'm ordering it right now. I don't know why you're saying kidding.
It literally had a sink where you could wash your hands
Oh,
next
yeah.
to the garbage.
Hand washing station. They knew what was
That's
up.
funny. Dude.
Yeah. The next day
Place
we
is
went.
off the hook, yo.
I know like seafood boils do that.
So the next day we went to a zoo. That was fun. We walked past an older couple, and the lady was like, "Oh, you two are a cute couple. You should marry her." And I was just like, "Gotcha covered."
I'll get right on that.
Mm-hmm.
Funny you should say that.
No, we are not. We are not going to acknowledge that. No.
Oh, but I want to. I know you saw it.
No.
I know
No.
you saw it.
No. No. So after the zoo, we went to a candy shop. We went to a candy shop, and where you could get ranch flavored cotton candy.
We didn't, but
why?
we did think about bringing it back home for Thanksgiving to share.
I would try it.
Yeah, I know you would, Messa.
Yeah,
You're
but
a
that's
freak.
because you're weird, bro. Like,
I would need to drink some more ranch soda to wash it down though.
you'd probably try hot dog flavored lemonade if it existed.
I mean, I tried hot dog flavored candy corn, so lemonade I feel would be better.
I think that's on a different level.
Really, lemonade would be better.
Oh yeah,
Anyway.
the best part of the zoo was the stingrays and the cow
Oh
nose ring.
man,
Yeah.
we love stingrays.
I got to pet them. They were right inside the front of the zoo. Oh, I was so happy.
Well, most of us love stingrays. One of us is still trying to get over a long time grudge.
I can't do it, dude.
LJ, get over here.
I can't. No, dude. I dressed up as Steve Irwin for 7 consecutive Halloweens. Okay, I can't do it.
There it is.
He wouldn't want you to hold a grudge against
I know.
them, you know.
I know, and I don't.
He would want you to love them
I don't hurt them. I just keep a
and
respectable
respect them from a
distance.
distance.
I would
Okay,
never.
that's fair.
Jesse.
I would never want anything bad to happen to the stingrays. That would be awful. But I can't.
You just want to respect them.
I
from a
can't hang
distance.
out. I can't hang out in the same like bricks and minifigs with a stingray. It's too much.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
You're a sad, sad little man.
Sorry.
We also got some ice cream at the.
Oh yeah, we did get some ice cream at the candy shop. That was cool.
Any wacky flavors?
Well, okay.
What was the pan?
Oh yeah, there was like a panda something or other flavor, but it was just it was just blue
It was
cookies and
like
cream.
cookies- Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically just blue cookies and cream. They did have a sundae called the Farrell's Zoo. Guess how much this sundae costs?
How much?
$11.
Guess. Higher.
$12.99.
Higher.
$20.
$21.99.
$45.
Higher.
No.
What? Stop it.
$69.99.
Higher.
$100.
$100.
$100.
Hey, we did it, Ben. We saved the
Hey,
city.
we did it.
That's
Here's the
crazy.
description of the sundae. 30 scoops of layered chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry ice cream topped with marshmallow fluff, whipped cream, hot fudge, strawberry topping, bananas, cherries, rainbow sprinkles, 2 waffle cones, and a menagerie of animal crackers.
Oh, my pancreas.
Allowed
is that
20 minute prep time.
$100 to feed one person or to feed the both of you?
We didn't get it.
No, we got a much smaller Sunday.
We got a much more reasonable sundae.
I would imagine it would be for more than 2 people. Like that sounds like the kind of thing that would be for like a
It'd
party.
need like a whole
Yeah,
friggin' birthday
that-
party for that.
That does sound insane.
That sounds like a Saturday, not a Sunday.
That sounds like a.
Okay. Thank you, LJ.
Good done.
Quick,
Nah, I got nothing better than that. Honestly, he took
no.
it from me again.
quick
We got a
interjection.
Sunday with
He
like
reached deep into my brain and sucked it out my nose.
we got a Sunday with like the blue panda whatever ice cream. I think there was a coffee flavor and then like a salted
Salted
caramel in the middle. Yeah,
because I'm not a coffee person. He is.
I love
do- I do.
coffee.
I do like my coffee.
Look, it smells great. I just can't get over the flavor.
Me neither. I could never
Just put
do
some
coffee.
sugar and creamer.
Yeah,
I don't
load it
know.
up with
Have a
creamer.
cocoa at that point.
I mean, more or less. I like to turn my coffee into cocoa adjacent beverage.
I'm a big I'm a big fan of lattes. I
Ooh,
make them
I
myself.
do like a good latte.
I
Yeah.
don't drink a lot of lattes.
Lattes.
I agree with Mrs. Takuma. Coffee smells phenomenal, but it is less than desirable as an actual like drink to enjoy.
That's why you dress it up.
Why would I
Okay.
drink something I have to
I don't-
dress
I'm
up?
not
I
like,
just want a good thingamabob without too much hassle.
It's not a hassle, man. It takes like maybe 10 minutes.
McDonald's
That's a
coffee
lot
is
of
the
work
best.
for one drink.
Yeah.
McDonald's coffee
Yeah,
is the best
It's
kind
but
of
it
coffee.
then it's a great drink. It's delicious.
true.
It keeps you going throughout the day. I think it's worth it.
Coffee
I
has
agree.
Coca-Cola
no
takes
impact on me.
zero effort.
I am a fan. The more elaborate a drink, the better. It's why I like frozen hot chocolates.
Oh my gosh, I hate that. I hate that
What?
very sentence.
What? No, wait.
Isn't that just chocolate milk?
No, that's just no.
It's hot
legitimately a thing.
chocolate. made with a cocoa
No,
packet at
I
all.
hate
but, like-
you, Meso. I love you, but sometimes I really hate you because you just drop that completely out of pocket, and I'm just having a pod. We got like 3-4
All right.
episodes. Come on.
Let me
No.
do a quick interjection. I want to read a comment in a super chat. We got a comment first of all from Dahajda, who says, "Hello TTV, cheers from Sweden and our small bionicle group. My best
Sweden.
memory is when you made me puppet Taraga Nuju."
Hey.
Oh man, we
And,
got somebody that worked on Biocraft.
Heck
Thank
yeah!
you.
And then he did a super chat for 129 Swedish krones, and he says, "Thank you, and especially you, Envy, for letting me talk about Tool to someone."
Oh, right on.
That's a throwback.
fan.
Throwback Thursday. All of you gave me an awkward European to feel and talk about HF and Bionicle, 2011 to 2016. Well,
Oh, he's one of the HF fans. Oh, man.
yeah, one of the 4 HF fans in the world.
Yeah, there's dozens
Oh wait,
of
yeah,
us.
yeah. Sorry, I just saw the name. Yes, I have not forgotten about you.
Thank you for returning and joining us for this what is this, 4th to last episode? Yeah, 4th to last.
Wait, is it? Is it? Well, yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing.
Yeah.
We're getting the 365 no scope amount of episodes, so there's yeah.
So
we can
thank
count.
you for the
It's
help
just
with
this
Biocraft
one.
years ago and for coming back now. It's cool to see you. Takuma's, carry on with your story. What
Okay,
happened
so-
after the ice cream?
So day 4 is when things got interesting.
Okay.
So one of the things I wanted to do, and I was hoping I could convince her we could do this on Honeymoon, was there's a place in Jacksonville, Florida called Zero Latency VR. So like I have a Valve in,
man.
I have a VR
That
headset,
actually sounds
but
like
this
fun.
is like a room the size of a small warehouse to walk around in, and it's completely wireless and untethered. And especially because just a few weeks before our wedding, they got a new Warhammer 40K Space Marine game that kind of ties in with the new release of Space Marine 2. So we got to be Space Marines fighting the Tyranids.
Nice.
Cool.
And it's kind of funny because we've got headsets on and we're carrying these big plastic guns. There's like I guess call her a game master who was in there. She's got like a little alcove.
Supervisor.
Yeah, she's got a little alcove set into one wall where she can see on a screen what we're looking at in game, and she can obviously watch us walking around the room. And at one point, she even took some video of us, and it's the funniest thing because I have a VR headset. I'm used to VR. She's not.
No, I think I played yours once.
I think you did like what, a couple minutes of Beat Saber once,
Yeah,
and
that
was
it. That was it.
And so there's this point where,
Your
again,
favorite video.
yeah, my favorite video, because, forgot what I was going to say. Shoot.
I mean, we got the video of just like
Right,
us
just
playing.
you can't hear anything from in the game because that's just coming through headsets in our ears. So this lady is recording us on her phone, and everything is quiet for the most part because we're just moving around the room, aiming our plastic guns.
You can see the difference between someone who is familiar and unfamiliar with VR gaming and 40K.
Yeah. So like, sure, we've got lizard, dinosaur, alien bugs the size of a Saint Bernard that are just swarming by the hundreds and jumping at us as we blast them to pieces. Oh, okay, sorry, you're the dog expert though. And so I'm in the focus of this little clip of the video, and I'm just standing there stoically. I pump the action on the gun to load a grenade, fire, and then I just pivot on the spot towards another thing. Then the camera pans over to her, and she's frantically shaking all over the place. Her gun, she's got no trigger discipline or aiming. It's just everywhere.
I believe the term is spray and pray.
You were doing a whole lot of spraying and not enough praying. It's like, it kind of pans back to me, and
I'm also just like,
and it's like quiet for a second, then you hear off camera.
The echo in that room was great.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious. But then we got to the final boss. And so it does that thing in so many games where, like, winding up a big AoE attack, it shows, like a filling in circle on the floor of what the affected area is going to be, right? And every time the final boss was a hive tyrant, really big, like skyscraper-sized bug. And every time he goes to do this, I've not been getting out of the way quick enough. And so I'm like, okay, next time he does this, I can't just sidestep. I need to actually, like, turn, take a couple big strides to get out of the way, or I'm just gonna lose. Well, he goes to wind it up again, and I go to turn and dodge. So here's the thing. Okay. The way the game works is to make sure you're not running into other people or the walls. If you start getting too close to a wall or another player, your game audio starts to cut out, and it's replaced with this loud sort of like warning sound, and you see a bunch of like red triangles appear in front of you being like, hey, this is a hard surface that is actually real in the real world, don't bump into it.
Because we can see each other's characters, but you can't always tell depth perception in reality.
That, and we don't actually take up the space of a hulking space marine.
No.
But the thing about that warning system is, if you don't have time to react to it, it doesn't do a lot of good. So we don't know what exactly happened. I think as I turned to sprint away, my right foot like hooked her left ankle or something.
Oh no.
Because we didn't even know what happened because
we just both straight to the floor. We're holding these big plastic guns, so we can't brace our fall. And the floor is basically concrete. So we just, boom! I scraped the heck, and I scraped and bruised my elbows and knees pretty bad. I don't know what you did to your ankle. It's still not better.
Okay, so I finally went to the doctor about it. Because I never even so much as sprained my ankles before, so I had no frame of reference. Basically, when he hooked my ankle, he kind of pulled it too far forward. It kind of overextended. So the ligaments and tendons that go in front of your ankle bone towards your toes, they were just kind of pulled a bit too much, and they take time to heal and go back to what they need to be.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's been 2 months and still recovering.
Still not fully better.
Dude, you broke her?
We weren't even married a month, and I'm already, getting into the physical abuse.
We weren't even married a week.
It is true.
I hadn't even married a whole year. You already broke your wife.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So
So anyways, we got to rest for a second. We got up. We finished the fight. I think I had the number 6 highest score globally for that game.
You
Granted,
broke one of her
it was a
joints
game.
like she was a Bionicle set that came out in 2008.
Oh yeah, no. Like I don't know. The dress was really long. You couldn't really see her legs. It's lime green.
Okay, wait, hold on. Were you guys at any point dancing to the song Footloose?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
that was on the playlist. You were there. You should have known that.
That's good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Their
that did
foot's
play.
loose.
Wow, that was prophetic.
Why don't you remember the entire soundtrack?
Yeah. Unbelievable. But yeah, so we wrapped up the game, and I'm just like, okay, be honest, that can't be the worst fall you've ever seen, right? And she's like, well, no. I was like,
But it's
oh,
up
that's a story. I said, okay, what happened? She says, okay, so a different group was in there playing an escape room, basically, a virtual escape room. And she's like, okay, here's the thing: is you're going to see floating islands, in this escape room. Okay, first thing is respect the conceit of the game, right? Like, even though you could technically walk on air, don't do that, because you got to respect the game. But on the other hand, don't jump from one platform to another. At no point do you need to jump between the floating, bits of land.
Walkways will appear when you need them.
Seems to make sense.
Yeah, so she watched as one lady, and I guess too late to tell her not to, was looking at a floating platform and decided to jump for it. Here's the thing. The floating platform was probably like, 3-4 feet away.
Oh,
But
no.
in the real world, this woman was about 6 inches facing the wall. Boom! She jumped straight into a wall. Face first. Smashed the headset up into, around her eyes. Apparently, she just had blood streaming from underneath the headset.
no!
Out of her nose.
Oh.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, like the GIF that Aaron posted. Pretty much. Just, okay, I feel a little bit better about herself now. Yep.
That's such a good one.
Yeah. So we went back to the hotel room. We're like, okay, that's enough excitement for today. Let's just order in some stuff and, let's just take it easy. And tomorrow morning we'll make our 3rd Walmart trip of the honeymoon.
gotta do more health shots.
Well, okay, the first time we went to a Walmart in Florida, it was to get
Health shots, bottled water, stuff we didn't want to take on the plane.
beverages basically. Then the second time was getting sunglasses because neither of us had sunglasses we liked, so we're like, oh, we'll just get them in Florida.
Yeah. And we were trying to find another dress shirt for me.
Oh yeah.
Because I only had one short sleeve dress shirt and I wanted a second one for the last night of our honeymoon. Yeah, so it's like, okay, 3rd Walmart trip in the morning to get some first aid,
When was the mall?
sock.
Wait, when was the mall?
I skipped the mall trip.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to the mall before the VR place and went to a couple nerd stores. It was fun.
Don't go to Sunglass Hut to get sunglasses. They're super expensive.
Who needs to spend $200 on a pair of sunglasses?
Oh no.
That's absurd. I'll just get those auto dimming lenses injected directly into my eyeballs.
Please don't.
It wouldn't be much more expensive, I'm sure.
You should do that.
Sounds like a bad idea.
I'm full of bad ideas.
True. He's telling the truth.
The one good idea I've had is marrying you.
Aww.
Sorry, just the way you said that.
I only had one good idea, and it was to marry you.
Anyways, so we're like, okay, tomorrow morning we're gonna go to Walmart again. We're gonna get, bandages, a compressor stock, stuff like that. So we get up the next morning, and we're getting dressed. We're getting ready to go eat breakfast, and I hear my wife say, "Oh, that's a big bug."
Oh no.
Oh no. And so I'm like, oh man, she must have found some big nasty spider. I'll have to go, grab it, kill it, whatever. And so I follow her eyes where they're looking over to where the hot tub is. And I look, and I'm like, that's not a spider. And so I pulled, yes, Dakota, it was the giant scorpion from the dream.
No, call back.
Yeah, no. So I pull out my phone and I'm like, Google Images, and I'm like, that's a cockroach.
Fun. The fight
Yeah.
begins.
It's a good. It's too bad VAR wasn't there.
Right, it's a revenge run.
So it's like, okay, so I just grab a Walmart bag and kind of like, put my hand around the underside of the bag, and I just kind of sneak up, and I grab it and I try off the top of the bag. And so I've now got a tied off Walmart bag with a cockroach going crazy in it.
That's a very bold approach, though, and that worked. You were able to catch it.
Yeah, I caught it and I tied it off in the Walmart bag. And
Now that's interesting. I should try that next
I'm
time.
not gonna try and kill a cockroach. You can't kill those suckers, right?
No,
You can, but
So what I do is because blunt force trauma really doesn't work. They're very resistant.
Yeah.
But if you get a jagged edge of something and you just really like tear in, you can usually do it. Like I either get a box of
Messo's like a
tissues.
serial killer.
It's either like a box of tissues or like a cardboard box or something, and I use the corner, and that works.
Messo's part of the cockroach kill club.
See, I'm just.
He's an expert at killing bugs. He kills moths. He kills cockroaches. What's next?
Unfortunately, I am an expert. I've killed more than a few bugs, but I like your approach better. It's
I
cleaner.
didn't have anything like that on me anyway.
But your approach is better anyway. It's cleaner.
I think that.
So I just put the Walmart bag back on the hot tub. It's like, well, now what? We have a captive cockroach in our hotel room. What are we gonna do? So okay, let's just go to eat breakfast and think about it.
Yeah.
Think
So
about it.
we ate breakfast, we made a game plan, went back to the room, and just unpacked and repacked everything in our luggage to make sure we didn't have any cockroaches in our stuff.
Yeah.
Wise.
It worked out in my favor though, because I found a tie clip I'd been missing for like 6 years in a random pocket of my duffel bag. So that worked. But yeah.
I'm sorry. I just can't get over the fact the day prior you guys are Space Marines fighting the Tyranids, and then the next day you have to
Then you're
put that,
fighting the real
that
Tyranids.
into practice.
Unfortunately, I did not have a heavy
Just like the
bowl.
simulations.
Foreshadowing.
Everything was leading to this moment.
Yeah. So
Dakota says they are detritivores. Detritivores, is that how you pronounce that? They're only trying to help.
okay, here's the thing. It did kind of help in a way. And I'll get to that. So we completely unpack, unfold, shake out, refold, repack everything. We load up the car. We go to the front desk and we're like, hey, we're checking out a day early, and this is why. It's in a Walmart bag in the room if you need the proof. We're not staying tonight, so I'm not paying for tonight. And I kind of want a refund for last night, because, yeah. And I got the refund, no contest. And we got in the car, and it's like, okay.
Impressive.
What's that?
Impressive. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like,
Oh,
okay,
wow.
we were planning on swinging through St. Augustine tomorrow. Maybe we should just go there a day early. I don't know what we're going to do.
Find a hotel.
Yeah, you found, because it was when we were in Jacksonville, you found the pamphlet, right?
Yeah, I just grabbed it from the hotel as we were leaving.
Yeah, for a pirate museum. So we go to St. Augustine, and holy smokes, that's a tourist trap. I had
Really
no
fun
idea.
one.
It was a fun tourist trap, but there was people everywhere. It was just thick with them. It took us a while to find parking.
They must have been
when we did, it was
tourists.
like $20.
But it was all day.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, we just paid $20 to park the car. Let's make the most of this. And it
I
was,
got my compression sock on from Walmart
oh yeah,
so that I can actually walk around.
yeah. And we just started with the Pirate Museum, and that was actually really cool.
Yeah, it's like, in terms of like the quantity and quality of items, it's one of the best in the world.
It was described as the biggest pirate museum in the world, not in terms of like square footage, but in terms of like historical artifacts, how many they had.
They have
Like-
one of the
There are 3 genuine, authentic I almost said Jolly Rancher.
There's
There are only 3 Jolly Ranchers in the world. Everything
all the
else.
others are knockoffs.
Yep. No, there are 3 Jolly Rogers in the world, and that museum had one of them.
Wow.
So that was cool.
That
These
honestly,
had props from Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like Jack's sword, Barbossa's blunderbuss.
did they have a gum fruit?
They did not have a
No,
gum
dumb
fruit.
dumb.
No.
They did not.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Then after that, we were feeling kind of hungry, so we found this place called is it Whips Waffles?
Yeah, Whips waffles.
Whips Waffles. And so they had a bunch of like standard type waffles that
I
yeah.
still have a picture of the menu.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. So you got your peach waffles, your strawberry waffles, your cookie butter crunch waffles, so like that. But then they had these like savory waffles. So there's like
waffles.
yeah. So like so I got one that was like a brisket mac and cheese on a cornbread waffle. That was really good.
And I got the Capri's bruschetta.
Yeah, like tomatoes and cheese on it and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
My mind's still stuck on cornbread waffle.
I'm sitting here. I mean, I know we've debated this many a time. This is like TTV Civil War 2 for us. Is pancakes versus waffles.
Waffles.
Pancakes.
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 This really is divisive down the line.
Pancake sweep.
Waffles.
Waffles.
Oh, this is Civil War 2.
Well, here's the thing. The question wasn't like which are better, pancakes or waffles, because I would actually say pancakes. The question was, what's better, the best pancakes or the best waffles? And that's
Ooh.
where my vote went to waffles.
I still think it's the best pancake. Because you get those like real big fluffy pancakes.
It's okay to be wrong, dude.
And you are.
Buttermilk pancakes are so good.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
best pancakes.
Yeah, pancakes aren't bad. It's just waffles are better.
Pancakes are great. The best pancake in the world.
Like this is
All
a
right.
funny thing that we've discovered is out of all the things, like again, as her sister said in her speech, we're basically the same person, except when it comes to food.
Yeah.
This
You're
is
like,
the one
oh
place
gosh, this is where the problems are going to come from.
I'm like, I like waffles. She likes pancakes.
I'm,
you
I-
like Mexican.
I like Tex-Mex or like like tacos. She does not.
Yeah.
I am the
You just
same
not
with
like
my
tacos.
significant other.
I
Food
like tacos.
opposites are real.
It's yeah. It's crazy.
I mean,
So-
like as much as I typically don't like waffles, these were really, really good.
I posted the picture in the patron chat.
Yeah, that's
that
what
you
I'm
sent me,
saying. The
Takuma.
best waffles
This
are.
What's up?
Like, come on.
I posted the picture you sent me, Takuma, here in the patron chat. I'm
Yep.
gonna be totally
Especially
honest
the
with
mac
you.
and cheese waffle.
This looks like a nightmare.
No,
It was good.
It looks good. It looks delicious.
It was
I would
tasty.
eat that.
But yeah, it was just kind of like an outdoor market sort of deal. I don't really know how to describe it. Like there's
You just walk through and there's shops.
a couple guys walking around with like boa constrictors on their shoulders. There were some people playing music.
Yeah.
Found some like really hole in the wall type shops.
We got some honeymoon dice.
Yeah, we got some D&D dice for our honeymoon. They have like a kraken in the middle of them and stuff. It was a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool.
And then the next day was Sunday. There's not a whole lot to say about that. We stopped by the Shrine of Our Lady of the Leche, which is in St. Augustine, and then after that we made the drive to Orlando Airport so we could drop off the rental car and then hop the bus to Disney World.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a.
We went to Whataburger. I think.
Oh yeah, we did go to Whataburger.
What a burger.
What a
We were like,
burger.
okay, we're here. I gotta try
The
it.
worst. The worst
It was-
burger joint ever.
It was mid.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It's not mid, dude. You know that burger's terrible.
Is it a hyped up thing?
I think
I
people
don't
from
understand
Texas
why, but
especially
yes,
hype
it
it up.
is.
Why?
It's like
I grew up
Texas
next to
state
one. It was
pride.
completely unremarkable.
Like
Yeah.
I've had worse. I've gone to Wendy's, okay, but
Gotcha.
Ooh.
Wendy's is good.
Hot
Wendy's
take.
is good. I don't know what you're.
Not
every
burgers,
single time
though.
I've been to Wendy's, it's been
That's so
horrible.
good.
No.
Takuma, can I suggest?
No, please. No, don't
Get
do
the,
this.
Get the
Let's see where
spicy
we're
chicken
at.
sandwich from Wendy's and put it in the refrigerator for 12 hours.
I'm just
Trust me.
astounded because the size of their mediums in drinks was just.
Oh yeah, we were in the South.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh
true.
yeah, that was an
Very
extra
true.
large, wasn't it?
100%. That is how it is.
That was absurd.
Yep.
Yeah.
Southern hospitality.
Even
Yeah.
over
think.
here, the Wendy's is pretty generous with their drink sizes
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say,
on the West Coast.
but it does not
Wendy's is the
surprise me
best.
that,
That's what I know what to say.
It does not surprise me you did not like Whataburger.
Listen,
Yeah, no,
Ben?
it was okay.
come on. Wendy's
Whataburger's
isn't the best.
garbage.
We
okay,
know
we were
what
going-
the best is.
No, I mean Wendy's isn't the
Whataburger is
best,
also
but
different in
it's
how
pretty.
they do
It's
things
up there
because
for
they
me.
walk out with the sauces.
Yeah, that confused us. Is when they came to we had to wait for them to come to the table to hand us the condiments. It's like what?
Yeah, because
Strange.
everywhere we've been, it's
Why can't I get my own ketchup?
Yeah,
Not that I'd want ketchup. Ketchup is nasty, but still.
that's somewhere else we differ. He has
Ketchup is
ketchup in his fridge
nasty,
now
this
because
man.
I'm.
Nasty.
Ketchup is just tomato syrup. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
That is functionally true.
I mean, tomatoes are good.
Tomatoes are good, but not as syrup. Don't give me that look.
I beg to differ.
Anyways, we made our way to Disney World.
Because I'd never been.
She'd never been, and it'd been like over
Me
10
neither.
years for me.
I've never been either.
So, like, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I don't, what did you think of Disney World?
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, all right, that's all that week.
There were so many different parks.
Your feet hurt at the end of the day, huh?
Yeah, we actually.
Oh my gosh.
We had some.
Well, this is why we did the relaxing part of the honeymoon first.
Yeah. So that we could rest up before just sprinting every day, basically.
Yeah.
One thing that was kind of interesting is that, when people would post online about going to Disney previously, and even some of your stories of your family, you hear about all these character interactions. We saw, one person in the wild.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, no, you have to go to, meet and greets if you want to have any interactions.
Yep,
And then,
they've got them tucked away in a little hole somewhere where you can't see them just walking around. You gotta wait for 3 hours just to see Elsa.
Just a moment.
We did not care to get pictures with people in costume. Spoiler for anyone in the chat who did not realize that they're not real. But
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Stuff
not
like
care.
that everybody and their grandma wants to have every bit of that commodity. I can't be bothered.
Are people really interested in that besides kids though?
Yeah.
yeah.
Parents
Oh
with
yeah.
No judgments, but
Oh,
I simply
How
could
old are
never.
we? And we're
I'm
still
absolutely
talking
gonna
about-
judge. I'm gonna be mean about it. I don't care if it makes me sound like a villain. Adults need to get their stuff together and leave some of the kids' stuff to the kids. Otherwise, the kids aren't gonna get to enjoy the stuff for the kids.
Dang,
When
harsh
we're on a Bionicle YouTube
reality,
channel.
Ven.
But you don't see me going and snatching Bionicle sets out of kids' hands, or just straight up ruining the experience for them.
Well, it depends, man. If they had a sealed Karzani.
Man,
I don't know.
there's so much. I could go on a whole tirade because yesterday I learned how people are getting down over Pokemon cards these days,
Yep. No,
and
that's
it
true.
really.
what do they
There was a line at my Target the other day for the new release of Pokemon cards. It was like 25 people in the morning at 8 a.m. for Pokemon cards. That was more than for Black Friday.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway,
Wait. There weren't even 25 people for Black Friday, and they still kept you from coming to the wedding.
yeah, yes they did.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
It-
See,
yeah, I
okay,
knew that would
that's
happen.
another
It's
thing
an
too.
antiquated view. Like Black Friday is not what it once was.
So I'm
not
right
since
there
COVID.
with you because I was supposed to work Black Friday, and I did, and it was the slowest day that entire weekend.
Yeah. COVID changed everything, genuinely, because everyone is so spaced out now.
Yeah,
they're
Black
not even
Friday does
doing
not
on
need to
Black
be
Friday.
like this all hands on deck thing anymore. They act like they don't start their sales 2 weeks in advance.
What were you
Yeah,
saying?
Even though the sales are
Mrs.
fake.
The
What were you
sales
saying, Mrs.
kind
Takuma?
of suck. Black
Sorry,
Friday
Mrs.
sales
Takuma.
are kind of terrible.
They are. They're
No,
not
I mean,
what they used
they
to
are.
Mm.
No,
be.
it's
They
completely
used to
whack
have
these
deals
days.
so good that you understood why there were fights at Walmart and Target. Like, obviously, you didn't condone it, but you understood, like, wow, that is a significant bargain on that, I don't know, whatever they were going for.
People used to die for a TV.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean that's
I wish it was exaggerated.
No, you're very much right. People would die over like the plasma screens and such back then.
I
To
feel
be
like-
fair, I'd die for a plasma screen. You can kill me right now. I'll take.
I feel
a
like the
plasma
price
screen.
of the price of most electronics has gone up, except for TVs, which on average has gone down, and that's why it's not as crazy anymore. It's fairly a dime a dozen, I think.
That's
with
crazy.
TVs. Anyway, point of the story was I don't blame you for not wanting pictures of the costume people.
Yeah. No. We went on rides. It was a
They
lot
were
of fun. Yeah.
Crowds ruin everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The crowds weren't too bad when we were there. I think because we hit sort of a sweet spot.
Yeah, except the line for Tron.
Oh my gosh, the line for the Tron ride. I wanted to, I don't know, punch a kitten or something.
Wow,
What?
harsh.
Wow.
Okay, I'm glad.
Oh man, like usually Disney's good about lines, and that at least
They're at least interesting.
there's something to look at or whatever, given how long they are, because they wind and twist through a bunch of rooms to hide how long the line actually is. But they'll have little
and to
things.
distract you.
Yeah, those little distractions along the way. The line for Tron, most of it took place on just a giant concrete slab. I was about to go out of my mind, and this was what, like
It was the end
seven
of the
or
day on our
eight.
first.
Yeah, it was the end of our first day. We'd been walking all day. It was like
There's Magic
8
Kingdom.
or something like that. It's dark. We're standing on a concrete slab. The line just isn't moving.
Yeah, and eventually we got to an interesting part after who knows how long. We weren't timing the lines at that point, but we got into an interesting part, and then it's the here's how to ride the ride, because they use different seats, because it's like you're riding a Tron bike, not just sitting in a roller coaster. But they did nothing but play the here's how it works, blah 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 blah.
That's like
And
mind-numbing.
we were stuck in there for and here's how the locker system works. Here's how the seating works.
Also, because it's Tron, that's kind of the voice she's using in the video.
Yeah.
Is hello, I am a real person, but I'm going to speak as if I am a computer.
Yeah.
It was.
And it just played so much because the line wasn't moving, so we heard it so often, and there was no variation.
What was the time estimate for the line when we got in? Like 90 minutes.
Maybe.
It was like that. Like it was estimated to be like an hour and a half wait, which is already just kind of like oof. But apparently, this is a really good ride, and this is the last thing we're going to do today. I'm convinced that line was at least 2 hours long.
It was
I was.
like the ride itself is really
It is a really cool ride.
but it's also very short.
It's freaking short, man. It's shorter than LJ.
Wait, what?
Wow.
I'm not even short.
I had a similar experience with, well, no, not similar experience, because I would say my experience might be arguably worse, but the experience that this reminds me of is when I waited in line for the Cars ride at Disneyland, and that ride is outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
The line, we waited 2 hours in blistering 90+ degree weather. No breeze. So we're standing outside in line waiting that whole time. We're hearing like the audio kind of blurring over the speakers and stuff about the ride or whatever, and just lines from the movie just being repeated over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Then we finally get to the ride. We do the ride, and it's over in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, like
It was a cool
Yep.
ride, but oh my god.
Yeah.
that was
Like I'm not.
that's where we're at too. It's like Tron is a really fun ride, but it wasn't worth.
I don't know that
It
I
was
would
such
say
a
I
bad
regret the rate, but I'm not sure it was worth it either. Which is different from something like Rise of the Resistance, which we got to go to on our second day of Disney. Which, I mean, we got on that pretty quickly the first time we went on it. But that was a really cool ride. And when we went back and knew that was going to be like another hour and a half, some days later, it's like, no, this is a really cool ride. We are totally willing to wait that long.
It was also just interesting.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cool tech on display.
Also, because we were staying at one of the resorts, we got to go in a little bit early. So when we went to Rise of the Resistance, there was basically no line. It was practically walk on. We actually missed some of the scene setting stuff for the ride because there's a story happening.
Yeah, that's something that struck me as interesting that, again, it had been 10 years since I've been on a Disney ride. So many rides now have what I'm going to call the room, which is like partway through the line, you end up, not in a line anymore, but just gathered in a room, and they feed you like story context for the ride about why you're getting on this vehicle or whatever. Which I will say, I didn't care for the Guardians of the Galaxy ride as much as you did, but the room was really cool. I'm not entirely sure how they managed to pull that off. That was some freaking magic right
We
there.
love Exposition Central.
Yeah, it was an
Love the room.
exposition
Thank
dump
you, Tommy
room.
Wiseau.
But the thing with Rise of the Resistance is the first
We
thing-
missed it.
We missed it because there was no line. They didn't funnel us through there.
And maybe that wasn't working,
so
that part of it?
I don't know, but they did have some technical difficulties while we were at the parks.
Yeah.
Like
First-
it would his da da da. I'm stuttering. Go.
Can you tell we're married?
Yes.
Yeah, no, literally, when we went on the ride
You're
the first
married?
time, we actually wound up walking through, like, an employee-only hallway at one point. It's like, oh, this is weird. Is this just a shortcut because we're first thing in the morning and they don't want us to have to go through the whole thing? No. They completely skipped the part of the line, which is you get onto is it a blockade runner? Or was it... Oh,
It was
get
like
onto
a rebel transport to escape the first.
We were supposed to get
the
on
first
a transport up to a ship in orbit. And the conceit is that the ship gets hijacked and you wind up on the flight deck of a Star Destroyer in front of a whole bunch of First Order stormtroopers. We completely skipped the whole part where you get on a ship and you get captured. We just went through like an employee hallway, and then all of a sudden, just boom, we're on a Star Destroyer. It's like, what? Huh? Okay,
That's
I guess.
hilarious.
This was like rebellion stuff, resistance stuff.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, there's characters being like, "Huzzah! You escaped the First Order," and we're like, "Who is this guy?"
Oh yeah, the Mon Calamari in
Yeah.
the crashed ship. It's like, who's this guy? Yeah, no, there was a whole preamble that they skipped for us.
Wow.
That was unfortunate, but it was still a really cool
So
ride.
good.
Yeah. That was Hollywood Studios. Yeah, the next day was Animal Kingdom. That was cool. We did the Avatar stuff. And that was
That was a really cool ride.
never seen either of the Avatar movies.
But yeah, that was one where we had been waffling about. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be a really long line. Is it worth it? His family was like, it totally is. It was such a short line.
Well, okay,
Really?
short being 40 minutes. The estimate said 80 minutes. I actually timed it when we
Yeah.
got in line, and by the time we got off the ride, it had only been about 40 minutes. So their time estimates are trash.
Well,
But it was
that-
so
that
at
might
least it worked
be-
out in your favor.
That might be on purpose. They might be inflating
Yeah,
the
that
times
time
too.
to make you feel like you got a good deal.
Well, they did it wrong for Tron.
Or to deter people.
That's
Maybe
also
that,
true.
yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of a cool ride. It's like you're riding on the back of a Banshee. You can actually feel it breathing underneath your legs.
Best Avatar movie.
No, it's not.
It's terrible. I need you to watch it.
No.
Nah, just watch the Netflix series instead. It's 6 more hours of the same thing.
Wow.
Brutal.
Yeah. Otherwise, we went to Animal Kingdom. We did Avatar stuff and dinosaur stuff.
And
oh yeah,
Yeti.
first thing we did in the morning was all the dinosaur stuff, and she got to listen to just how much I love ankylosauruses.
Ooh,
Dinosaur.
Isn't it Ankylosaurus?
has she seen the
Ankylosaur.
drawing?
Ankylosaurus.
What drawing?
I thought it was Ankylosaurus.
The drawing of
I
Takuma's bionicle character
pronunciation.
on an ankylosaurus.
I'm pretty sure it's Ankylosaurus.
Oh yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
the one Zeros made, where I'm riding
Yeah.
the back of an ankylosaurus, eating
You
donuts,
mean an
and
Ankylosaurus.
shooting a machine gun that fires out chainsaws.
Yeah.
Zeros the legend.
Yup.
Always
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah. But so after we went there, we went to the Disney Springs shopping area because we had reservations at a restaurant called T-Rex. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, we've got a little bit of time to kill before the show. What are we going to do? Well, there's a Lego store over there. I'm not going to buy anything, but sure, let's go take a look around.
Because I don't think I'd ever been in a Lego store actually.
Really?
Yeah, because
Me
the nearest
neither.
one was in the Twin Cities, and that was a couple hours away.
Yeah.
And like I had a box of just miscellaneous Legos. I think we had something for the Hamburglar actually, like flying a plane.
the
Oh,
hamburger.
the McDonald's sets from back in
Yeah.
the day. Yeah, I remember those. Um,
But I didn't have any specific sets or anything like that.
yeah, we walk in there, and I was just like, I'm not gonna buy anything, but I just kind of want to look around. And then I see the like 8-in-1 Batman Brickheads set. I was like, okay, I've almost bought this for you so many times. I'm actually getting this now. This is for you. we are buying this because she likes Batman.
Adam West is in front of the TV, as is right.
And then we're walking around, and we're walking around and just looking at sets, and she just stops me.
Oh yeah, because they have a baby Ankylosaurus set.
Ankylosaurus.
However you want to say it. I'm sorry, you say it like that. I just think of Kylo Ren, so that's
Kylo Rensaurus.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was-
Kylosaurus Ren?
I was actually thinking about that
Ankylosaurus.
set as you guys are talking about this, and I'm
I
like,
didn't know that
did they?
existed until we saw it
I
on the
forgot
show.
that existed.
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So we got that one, and then we almost walked out of there with like,
set
7 or 8 more brickheads.
Yeah, there's the one with the
The
set
one
with
with
Shadow and
Knuckles. And then there was the episode 1
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace brickheads.
with like
it was Jar
Captain-
Jar,
Captain Panaka,
Annie,
Annie, Padme, well, Amidala. I think
Darth Maul.
Darth
Darth
Maul,
Maul's in that?
maybe Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan as well.
I don't remember
There's
who
a
all was
lot
in
in
there.
there.
Yeah. Anyways, we spent a bunch of money we didn't intend to spend. Then we went to see a Cirque du Soleil show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then we got, oh yeah. Then we're like, okay, time for dessert. And so walking around, there's like a bunch of places in Disney Springs that you can get your sugar fix. And we turn around a corner and we see that there's a line to get in a shop. And it's just like, what is going on here? This is Gideon's Bakehouse, I think it was called.
This is a bakery.
Yeah,
Named
it-
Gideon's.
Yeah, it was a bakery called Gideon's. And
Oh,
we're
he's
just
got
like,
pictures inside.
what is this? Why is there a line to get into this one store? And so we pull up on like the app. Okay, what do they even have in here, right?
And then
and
one of the
It's
employees.
like cookies.
Yeah. And then one of the employees who's outside is like, "Oh, do you guys want a menu?" We're like, "Well, we're just looking at it on the phone. We just want to know." And she's like, "Okay, but just so you know, you guys, if you want to go in, you should get in line. This is actually really short." And we're like, "It's short?"
This is a short line. How long is it?
And she's like, like this one's about 15 minutes long to get inside. Normally, this is like wrapping around the corner, and it can be like what?
Like 2 hours. I'm like, 2
Wow.
hours to get into a bakery, like a little
to
bake
get a
shop?
cookie?
To get a cookie? What on earth is going on? So at this point, we're like, okay, we were gonna skip this because we didn't want to wait in a line for a cookie, but
Now we
Now-
kind of know what's inside.
yeah, now we kind of got to know what's going on. So we get in line, and we finally get inside. I mean, first of all, the first thing that hits you is it's just like, imagine
Cookies.
shoving concentrated sugar and cocoa powder right into your olfactory sense. The second thing that hits us is the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like, the best way I can describe it is Tim Burton's Bakery.
Oh my goodness, the
Ooh,
second
okay,
dude.
now I'm interested.
That
Dude,
sounds
Takuma,
awesome.
you got to post that second picture in the patron chat. What in the
I'm
world?
busy sending the pictures to you first, but like,
yeah,
is-
no, I
it is
appreciate
just
it.
weird. It is just weird inside and kind of creepy.
Oh jeez.
But
wish
really
to see.
cool.
Ugh.
I'm very interested. Gib.
Like, and you can see some of the cookies in there. They're just massive.
I'm trying to send LJ a picture of the cookies right now, but yeah. So we get inside and it's just really potent smell, and it's really
It's
weird
just-
aesthetic. But the cookies are also like, first of all, for one cookie, it's $6.
Ooh.
Wow, that cookie better be made of gold.
Isn't
Right?
that like crumble pricing or not quite?
What's that?
Isn't that like comparable to like the price of like a crumble cookie or something?
I guess I don't know. I've never been to Crumble.
That's nor
I've
have I.
had
Just
cookies in crumble, but I've never.
I'm not sure about their pricing, but that seems fair for like a gourmet
better than-
cookie.
I've had crumble cookies. This was better.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So we get in there,
I
and
don't
these
know what
cookies are
crumble
massive
is.
and just smothered in chocolate chips. There are so many chocolate chips on these things. And we buy one cookie.
Yeah.
Because, again, $6 for a
Yeah, it
cookie.
was like a triple chocolate cookie.
We didn't even eat it right away. We saved it for later. But then we went to
We
the
wanted
Gardelli.
ice cream.
Yeah, we went to the Gardelli store. We got ourselves some sundaes, and we're like, oh, it's almost 11 p.m. This place closes at 11 p.m. I don't know if that's the last bus back to the hotel. I don't want to find out the hard way.
So then we're rushing through. We have to find the exit to Disney Springs.
We're trying to find the way out of this place. We're both got a couple of Sundays. It's almost 11 at night. We've been walking all day. She's got a bum ankle.
Oh, I forgot about the ankle. I forgot
Whose
about
fault
that
was
wrinkle.
that?
So we're
Yeah, it's a
power
cool one.
walking through.
And yeah, we barely get to that bus in time. I still don't know if it was the last bus out of there, but we made it. Barely. And like, yeah, but then it's like we get on the bus, it's like you can't eat your sundaes on the bus. It's like, okay, sure, understandable. But it's like a 20-minute ride back to the hotel, so they're kind of what's left of our sundaes is pretty melty.
But they were still good.
They were still good. Yeah. The next day was Epcot. It was the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot, so we got to try a lot of different like cultural foods and stuff. That was fun.
Hello, it's Cirque.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. So the Cirque du Soleil show was really cool. We'll say that like sure you expect all like the trapezes and the seesaws and the flying through the air, but we're both like, you know what was impressive?
Oh,
The
no.
juggler.
The juggler. Like forget the guys that are flying in the air, like
Like
30,
breaking their necks.
like 20, 30 feet up in the air. That dude juggling was really cool. That was impressive.
And those ladies on the unicycles.
That was cool. That was impressive. But also, like when we first got in there was just like a random pillow sitting in the middle of the stage, and then the pillow started moving, and like clapping the corners of itself and getting everyone to clap. The pillow was the best character in the whole show. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. It was
The
great.
pillow.
The pillow,
The
yeah.
pillow was amazing. It was hilarious.
Yeah, at one point, I don't remember which.
It was yodeling.
Yeah, I don't remember which act it was. Like, one of the sort of side characters would show up and just like, what did he put the microphone up to the pillow?
Yeah, he put the microphone up to the
and
pillow.
had a little cowboy hat on, and all of a sudden there'd be yodeling.
Holy
Yeah, it was
smokes.
really
That's
cool because
awesome.
it was all about like the art of animation.
Very nice.
So yeah, it was really amazing
Mm-hmm.
to see just the history of animation and all of that through Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, especially celebrating a creative medium in a day and age where that's quickly
Where there
becoming
isn't 2D animation anymore. Hands
well, and
drawn.
just more and more creative pursuits are being like, we can just AI this.
Unfortunately.
Tell me about it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how much there is to say about the next day at Epcot other than we ate a lot of different food.
We ate a lot of food.
It was cold.
We went. Oh yeah, we actually went back to our hotel for sweatshirts.
We went to Epcot, rode one ride, and then said, we're getting back on the gondola and going back for our hoodies.
Oh, that's when we got to do the Guardians of the Galaxy ride. That one was fun.
I liked it. She had way more fun on it than I did. That was the first.
You didn't like how smooth it was. It didn't agree with
I don't
it.
know if it was just smooth. I don't know what it was, but that was the one ride all trip where I got off and I was like, I need a second. I don't
Clueless
normally get
Pixel
more-
asks, what song did y'all get on Guardians?
Oh shoot, which one was it? Was it September?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was September.
Nice.
So apparently you can get different songs when you go on the ride, and whichever song you get might dictate like how crazy it gets. We got one of the more mellow ones.
I still have
But it was
no
really fun.
idea what was happening during that ride because the ride itself was so loud that even though they got speakers right behind your ears, I couldn't hear what any of the characters
Oh yeah,
were saying.
there's a story happening during the ride. And it's,
Literally, the exposition dump room was more interesting to me than the ride. But then might just be because like I still want to know how they pulled that trick off.
it was a cool trick.
Because
But
like
the
you're
ride itself was also really cool.
Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, we ate a bunch of food. We went on a couple rides. We went back. The final day was just a last day to kind of go do any repeats that we wanted to, because we wanted to go back to Disney Springs at some point to like do some shopping, and then we had dinner reservations that night. So
Yeah, and we went back to Star Wars Land.
yeah, we went back to Hollywood Studios so we could do some more Star Wars stuff. It took
And
a while.
get a Tauntaun keychain.
Oh yeah, gotta have the yeah,
Tauntaun keychain.
Tauntaun keychain.
And a little stuffed Jawa.
Oh yeah, we got a stuffed Jawa. The Jawa is now just something we hide somewhere in the house and wait for the other person to find.
Yeah.
Exactly. You can...
I'm sorry. I misheard you guys. I thought you were saying stuffed Jala, not Jawa.
No.
Oh my god.
Man,
If there had been one.
If I-
If there had been one,
somebody get me a Jala plushie stat.
I could probably find
Gotta check Etsy.
a pattern.
Okay, here's something you don't realize yet, is that yes, you finally played Monog,
Yeah.
but in Monog 2, there are actual plushies. Yes, Bionicle has plushies in universe.
That's
That is
true.
true.
Plushies
Does
are
happen.
canon.
Plushies are canon. Love ain't, apparently.
Yeah, no. Love.
Actually,
This is
No.
how I find
Oh
out.
my
No.
I think we found out recently that love is canon.
Stop it.
Didn't we?
Nope. Bad. No. No.
Meso can correct me if I'm wrong.
You are not wrong.
No. You're wrong.
LJ is coping.
I
Wait,
mean,
how-
when
but-
isn't
but
he?
How could that be revealed now, so long after?
The story
Through
Bible
lies and
that
trickery.
Duck got his hands on. The story Bible that initially showed that it was written with that intention in mind all along, and
Still
it
haven't
wasn't
read
just something that the game people put in, like was the narrative. I say the game people, Templar
The
Studios.
game people.
I'm using layman speak, but like, yeah, that Templar Studios put in for Monodemy Online game. There we go.
The game.
Nerd mode
Interesting
activated.
revelation, though. I will say that.
Indeed.
Yeah, let me tell you, it's interesting. He just started me on Bionicle, so I read what the
We started the curriculum.
the first three comics.
Nice.
The summary of the first game, the Game Boy game,
Yeah, the
and
Quest for the Toe or whatever.
just played Monog, and it is interesting coming at this from the perspective of seeing Biocraft first.
I can imagine.
I didn't even
Like
think
the
about
entire-
that.
every time that Huki and who's the other one? Shoot.
Maku.
Yeah,
Oh, Huki
every
and
time
Maku.
that they show up and they're talking about each other, I'm just cracking up.
Hi, Maku. Hi.
Okay, but after playing the Matsunoya online game, who's your favorite character?
Tepu.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Nice.
Go figure.
That was the
Well,
correct
this
answer.
This
Little
is my
voice
shocked
did.
voice.
Just so happy to be above ground, and then he just swooped up into the sky.
That did happen.
I felt so bad about it.
That's wonderful. I hope you continue to find enjoyment in Bionicle. It's a fun thing.
It is.
That and the really slow guy. It was just like, what the heck is happening?
Oh yeah,
with
she
Dude, I
was
love him.
totally creeped out when she found Kapura in the charred forest.
He is pretty creepy, but he's a cool dude. He just he's living life
him?
on his
He's
own
out in the
speed.
forest and he can't move. What's happening?
Oh yeah, she got real stuck trying to get back out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen. Can confirm. Been there.
Anyways, just wrapping up our honeymoon. So we were on our way out. It's like, let's get lunch first. Went and got we got some pizza at a Muppet pizza restaurant called Pizza Rizzo's.
Nice
We get
name.
back on the gondola. We're halfway back to the hotel where we have to like transfer from one gondola line to the other. We get off and I'm like, where's the backpack? Oh no, we left it at the Pizza Rizzo's. So we had to jump back on and just like not run through the park because we didn't want to get stopped and told, hey, no running allowed. But it's like, we got to get back there before either A, someone steals it, or B, somebody turns it in, and then we have to figure out where the lost and found is,
Yeah, like
right?
literally on our way there, as we were getting close in the gondola, I just told him, okay, I don't think I can keep up with you. We'll meet at the Pizza Rizzo.
Because you've got a
Leave-
bad ankle.
Leave me behind.
So I tried to keep her tight for a while, and then I was just like, no, I can't risk it. I ditched her. I was like, she knows later.
Get the backpack.
We had a meeting spot. It was all good.
Got there, the backpack was still sitting on the top back of the chair. It was all good.
And then I showed up.
Yep.
Brilliant.
Like, what?
Quick decision making.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Rewinding a couple days. So we weren't doing any of the character meet and greets, right? But we went to a place called the Star Wars Launch Bay, I think it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
in Hollywood Studios.
Yeah,
where they had
it's like
Star
a
Wars.
Star Wars memorabilia and museum.
Like they had some of the speeders from Episode 6 from the forest.
Yeah, like actual movie props and stuff. And so we get into one area, and there's character meet and greets down here. You know, there's a line for BB-8 that's like 10 minutes long. A line for Chewbacca is like 15 minutes long. And if you want to see Darth Vader, you have to wait half an hour. And this is kind of the first time I see her looking at those wait times.
I wasn't seriously considering it at that point.
At that point. So here's the thing. We were wearing these pins that, made it clear that we were there on honeymoon. And there's one of the employees standing there. He's like, "Oh, hello, congratulations." He's like, "You're going to get in line to see a character?" I was like, "I don't know. Are we?" He's like, you want to go see Darth Vader? I'll cut you to the front of the line."
Oh my gosh.
And so it's like, yeah, we'll go cut to the front of the line on our honeymoon to see Darth Vader. Sure, we'll do that, I guess.
They're the most awkward pictures we have.
Oh my gosh, it's the most
It's
awkward
amazing.
thing ever.
It's like some people go there and they have a plan. We were thrown into this. We had no plan.
Because we got cut to the front of the line. We didn't have time to discuss what kind of pictures we even wanted. And
And yeah, you show up and all of a sudden Darth Vader comes around the corner. Come
Like,
with me.
yeah, like 5 inches from your face, and you just come with me. And so we get in there, and it's like, okay, yeah. So
This picture.
So we get in there, and it's like, okay, stand over there. So we go
stand straight in front of the camera.
Yeah, we stand where we're told, and then Darth Vader stands like
2 or 3 feet away.
3 feet away, off to the side. Like not even next to us, really. They're just the most weird and awkward pictures. Like there's no other way to describe it other than like just the weirdest picture of all time. Well, okay, maybe that's excessive, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, no.
You don't get to.
It's a wonderful moment that was captured on film. It's just such a ridiculous picture.
Which picture is this? Can we get it in the Patreon chat?
Yeah, hold on.
He's trying.
Okay, cool.
I got you.
My phone.
You can't just stand like. Right
I got
next
you.
to it.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah,
So
he's
odd.
standing off to the
That's the
side.
whole point is to just like chill with Darth Vader. You know, like what?
No,
Look, he just.
it's just like,
No,
oh, okay.
No.
And then
That
we
is-
were
That
on our
looks
way out, and I
hilarious.
don't know why, but I decided to salute him. I don't know.
What?
That's not what you do with Darth Vader.
Thank you for what you did to Alderaan.
Yeah, right. Like,
Thank you, bro.
Dude, that's what this looks like. It looks like he's gonna blow up your planet. You know?
something like that. I don't know.
I don't know, but.
Yeah.
How tall was he?
Pretty tall. I mean,
Uh,
I'm like 5'7".
something. Yeah, I don't know. About 6 foot, I guess.
6
Something like that.
feet.
A little bit.
Let's see what that is
Okay.
in real numbers.
But
Ooh, I might have been taller than him. Actually, that'd be cool.
actually, yeah, you
I
are.
mean, the guy in the suit was having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just awkward.
Yeah.
I guess that's like a security measure, where they're just
I-
like,
I
we can't
don't
have
know.
everyone.
I don't know. But we went, so our final day of honeymoon, we went back to redo some Star Wars stuff. We went and did some shopping. And then it was time for our fancy dinner reservation. Because here's the thing, is we were completely lost my train of thought.
Are you talking about?
Oh,
the suits?
we were staying at the hotel we were staying at is one of their value resorts where it's like $200 a night for a hotel room, right?
Okay.
We had reservations for a place that my boss recommended called the California Grill.
The California Grill.
Ugh.
And this restaurant is at a different hotel.
Yeah, like a hotel where it's around 800 a night.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$800 a night at this hotel.
My God.
Also, for some reason, it was only 50 degrees in Florida. It was cold.
Oh, yeah, that was the Rock and Stone day. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was wearing my Deep Rock Galactic shirt that day when we saw Darth Vader.
Rock and Stone.
Yeah, it was funny because we'd just be walking along and one of the cast members would just be like, "Did I hear a Rock and Stone?" And she's just like, "What is this cult that you're part of?"
No, I thought it was hysterical. He didn't hear the first guy. I'm like, come back here. There's a Rock and Stone guy. Make a
Rock
friend.
and Stone.
It was fun finding people in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Clue as Pixel said, it was a deluxe resort. Was it the Contemporary?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Contemporary. So this restaurant is a fancy restaurant. Like, there's a dress code. It is on the top of a 15-story hotel.
Enclosed, thankfully.
Yeah, it's an enclosed restaurant on the rooftop, but you can't even just go up to the restaurant. You have to check in at a desk on the second floor, and they call an elevator for you. And so,
Wow.
like,
This is very much this is the last night of our honeymoon.
yeah, last night of our honeymoon. This is the most expensive restaurant I've ever been to. Probably
Yeah.
might ever be to.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's gonna the supper bill is going to be $200.
And we don't drink.
And that's without any alcohol driving up the price. It's full 3-course meal. So we get up there, we get in our seat. The waitress comes over, we pick our 3 courses that we want. It's kind of fun. We're in a fancy restaurant. Never been to a place like this before. We're all dressed up nice. And we're just, talking about the stuff that happened on our honeymoon.
Yeah, just like, oh, hey, what was your favorite part? What was something you had fun with? Just trying to, make conversation and not just scarf down our food and run.
Yeah. This is how expensive this food's gonna be. We better enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're trying to pace ourselves. And it was kind of funny. So the first course comes out, and my first course is a single raviolo. Not a plate of ravioli, one raviolo. Granted, it's a large one,
Yeah, it's like the size of your palm at least.
And so the plate gets set down in front of me, and the server has this little tiny pitcher that's, I don't know, like 3 inches tall. And he pours out like this tomato broth all over my food right in front of me. It felt really fancy. I felt so out of place, but I was having the time of my
That
life.
sounds delicious.
I'm sorry. I thought I misheard you. I thought you said picture. So I'm just imagining the waiter
Sure.
put down like a picture of where the food came from. Like, hey, this is where it's from. While you eat, you can feel guilty. You can remember this is its origin.
It's just like a picture
This
of a
is
cow.
who what the animal looks like in real life. This is who you're eating.
It was
Yeah.
cheese.
Oh yeah, no, it was cheese. There was no animal. So I guess here's the cow it came from. But
This is Jennifer.
it was really good.
How
Oh my
dare you?
gosh. It's a good
I hope
thing.
you're satisfied.
It's a good thing that the food was tasty because of how expensive it was, but it was good. Oh man.
Yeah.
Then the second course came.
Yeah, and I was sitting against the window so I could see the food coming towards us. And I see that, ooh, they have another little pitcher. Maybe it's mine. Because they put our plates down and mine is like artfully arranged on half the plate and half of it's empty. And it's like, I don't know, maybe they'll do something artsy with it. No, it's his pitcher again.
Yeah, I got
For
both.
his food.
I got both special sauces.
Nice.
Yeah. So this whole time we're talking, like we're leaning across the table to each other when we're talking, just because we don't want to disturb people around us. It's a restaurant. It's a little noisy in there, but not too
Yeah,
bad.
and it's
But
fairly full.
yeah, it's fairly full. We're trying to, keep to ourselves, not
disturb our
bother
neighbors.
Yeah, not bother anybody. We're not making eye contact or talking with anybody who's not like our waitress or the people putting the food on the table. Like the most we know about the people who are sitting next to us is we heard the waitress say something like, "Oh, happy anniversary" at one point. Never heard a lick out of any of them. Never even looked at them. I couldn't tell you what they were wearing, what his face looked like, or what. But just apparently some couple there ostensibly celebrating an anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
But then so the third course is dessert, and the dessert gets brought out, and it's a good dessert.
It's really good.
And then we're about halfway through dessert,
Mm-hmm.
and our waitress comes out and just sits down in the booth next to my wife.
Bruh.
So she comes over and she's like, okay, so here's your bill, and I just needed to tell you that the couple that was sitting next to you paid for the entire thing.
Oh,
wow.
Like,
Completely covered.
it's like, hold on, they paid for our that was like $200. We
What in
didn't
the
talk
world?
to them. We didn't make eye contact with them. We didn't. What? Why? For what reason? Like, that's really sweet of them. It's also really mean. Why did they do that? Because at this point, they were already gone. They weren't sitting at their table
they took one good
anymore.
look at you and said, he needs help.
Yes. I don't know. Like, maybe they
That's
maybe they
wild.
overheard us talking and mentioned that we were on honeymoon. I thought we were being quiet. I don't know. But
That's
just like,
amazing.
who are they? What were the names? What did they look like? Because like, if we see them at the fireworks later, I want to be able to find them and say
London had a teal dress.
and say thanks. But it's just the waitress is like, no, they said they were gonna spend the fireworks in their room, and we're like, dang it!
I
It's
just
driving me crazy.
part of me
He was going
imagines.
full-
Oh, go ahead.
He was going full conspiracy theory.
Here's like, to what end? What are we talking about?
Well, it's like, it's like this was recommended to me by my boss. It's like, okay, wait a minute. I think maybe my boss has family in this part of Florida, and like, if she knew that we were, because she knew when a reservation was, maybe she called up her friend and got them to make reservations at the same time.
Oh, yeah,
and
I see.
then like figure out a way to make sure that we were seated next to them so they could pay for our meal. Like,
Well, it's not the craziest thing I've heard. But
But like, sure. To be fair, they're going to spend the fireworks in their hotel room. They have a room at a hotel where it costs you $800 a night. A $200 supper bill probably isn't that much to them,
But still.
but it's a lot to me, especially when I'm about to get laid off from my job. Yeah, true.
Maybe they knew, man.
Yeah, there's
Maybe they
a
knew.
little bomb for you for anyone who didn't know. I got notified 2 weeks before my wedding that I'm getting laid off.
Yeah.
deeply unfortunate timing. Deeply unfortunate.
Deeply deep.
But it was great timing to go on honeymoon because we got a vacation where we didn't have to think about it.
Yeah, got to go away from work for a while. But yeah, so we went back downstairs. I'm, spouting random conspiracy theories. She decides to try and distract me.
No, it wasn't that I was trying to distract you. It's that it was like, well, we have time to kill before the fireworks. Let's just stay here. Because so long as you've got a receipt, you can get back up to the rooftop to watch the fireworks show at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, because we're about half a mile from we had to take a bus to the Magic Kingdom Park and then walk to the hotel. So we're about half a mile away.
But he's just going full on conspiracy theory, and at one point he's just like, okay, just bring me into the gift shop so I don't stand here all night. So it's like, okay, let's go look at some mugs, because he does not want any
No,
mugs.
we have the cupboard.
Yeah.
We took some out and put them in storage because we got so many mugs.
Yeah.
You can never have enough mugs.
Hey, you know what? If you hit any of those mugs with a Nerf bullet, it's technically a mug shot.
Yes.
Thank you, Elja.
LJ,
Hold
go
on.
take a long walk on a short pier.
I've heard that one before. I just
That's a good one.
I just really real quick. Whenever you guys talk about how you guys were being like quiet in the restaurant, I just imagine I imagine it looks something like us at our first brick fair, the fancy dinner BZP puts on, where we're dealing with the fly, and we're all trying to be quiet,
man.
but we're also just sitting there stifling large amounts of laughter. It's just
Dude, the fly. I forgot about that
Never
story.
forget.
Never forget. Fly!
I don't think I was there for that.
You were
That or was
not.
at a different table.
Yeah,
that was a
2016.
year before we saw you.
This is
Okay.
before your time, old timer.
True. The old
Before time
Okay.
had a name.
I was at Brick Fair before that year, so it's before your time, Buster.
Well, I was at Brick Fair that time before you came to Brick Fair the other time. So,
Hey,
what do you
Wow,
got
you
there,
got me
geezer?
there.
I guess that
You got me
actually
there. I gotta hear it for you.
that does remind me. Assuming the whole work situation pans out well, which I'm confident it will. Takuma, Mrs. Takuma, would you
No.
guys please go with me to Brick Fair this year? Like, no one else is gonna go.
No
Maybe
promises.
you should just not go to Brick Fair this year then.
That would be the intelligent thing to do.
Okay. Wow. All right.
I'm just saying.
I mean, it's LJ we're talking about.
Wow.
It is an idea we have entertained going together to Brick Fair at some point. That is the beginning and end of it.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a no, but it's also definitely not a yes.
You know what? I'll take that. That works for now. I can live off that
You
hopium.
you better take it and you better like it because it's all you're getting.
I'm gonna.
And if you don't like it, you can go bed hungry.
It will keep me warm
Well,
during cold
He
nights.
told you.
Aaron, Brick Fair is there. There's many Brick Fairs nationwide, but the one we usually frequent is Brick Fair in Chantilly, Virginia. I think it has a fancy new name now. Isn't
No,
it like
that's
Really?
just it. It's
isn't
just
it Brick Fair? Brick Fair Nova, isn't it?
Yeah, I
That's
think
just
I think they
Northern
dropped that.
Virginia.
Yeah, they
dropped
dropped
that. Good. It was stupid. I didn't like it. But yeah, it's the one in early August. That's the one we always go to, or LJ always goes to, and then some of us attend.
Yeah. At this
I'll,
rate.
I'll join if I can afford it. You know?
I'm
It's
just saying.
It's just a bit of a flight, you know.
Yeah,
I've done
well-
it like twice.
when I made the jab about like, oh, it'd be the intelligent thing to not go to Brick Fair this year, I'm not just being a jerk to LJ. It's
Yes, you are.
because we have like multiple other trips this year
Oh,
around Brick Fair, and LJ is planning major life changes that necessitate the saving of money. So if we were being intelligent, you would cull one.
Spend, go all in.
Listen, I'll be fine.
All right,
Nuh-uh.
This will not.
have fun.
This will not impede my saving.
All right.
Nuh-uh. I don't know about all that. We'll see about that, dude.
I don't know about all that.
Listen. Then going to your wedding might.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
If we want to do literally anything in California, it's gonna be expensive.
Can look at it from a distance longingly, save some money.
just like me going to DC for the first time. That's what I wanted to do.
Just like me going to DC every time.
I don't know. I'd
alright.
rather go to Denny's
Well,
every time.
Takuma's. Was that the end of the story, or was there more to share?
I mean, that's pretty much it. When fireworks time came, we got to go back up, and you actually get to go out on the roof, which is pretty cool. You just got the whole skyline around you, and it is, pictures never do justice for fireworks, but being able to see the fireworks from the rooftop right there, it was just the perfect viewing experience. It was cold.
That is pretty awesome.
It was 50
beautiful.
degrees and windy, and you're 15 stories up.
We were hiding in a stairwell for a little while,
Yeah,
just peeking our heads over the edge.
it blocked a lot of the wind, so
Yeah.
it worked.
You guys
But-
were staring.
Yes.
So, anyways, that was about the end of our honeymoon. Next day, we got on a plane, went home, and yeah, just a handful of days later was Thanksgiving.
Nice.
Goodness gracious.
What
Oh.
a wonderful journey. That sounds like it was a lot
It,
of
it was
fun.
an eventful honeymoon.
My favorite part was when you went to Walmart.
You would say that.
So
no, thank you for sharing.
that
Yes,
was
Elder?
exceptional. I have a couple because we're about to wrap up, I'm sure.
Yeah, we're moving towards it.
Before that, I just have a couple of questions for Mrs. Takuma.
Oh boy.
To start with, have you seen this picture yet?
Yes, I have
Why?
What picture?
seen it.
Oh.
The iconic
At one point,
picture.
this is when we were still doing like Discord dates. Like we were
Ah.
actually dating, but I'm just like, you know what? What happens if I Google Takuma Nuba? And I didn't
Yes.
have to go down and be like, oh
Yes.
no, let me explain. Let me explain.
The wiki page.
Okay,
Screen name.
that was exactly my second question. Was have you seen his wiki page?
Yeah, I had to ask about a few things.
I love Takuma's wiki page. I'm a recovering cannibal. Takuma. Takuma Nuva is a member of TTV.
Never, ever get past that stupid cannibal joke,
And
will I?
Okay, so the trivia is a gold mine because it says here, the first thing that Takuma said on the TTV podcast was, "What makes you think we're good friends?" to Meso.
That's messed up. Come on, man.
And then it's a sub trivia. He initially didn't introduce himself normally at the beginning or end of a podcast. Rather, he said things like, "I'm a recovering cannibal," and "I'm just here for the food."
There's such cannibal trivia on the page. There's another one Takuma frequently makes, or is the subject of cannibal jokes. Then at the top it says he has had an obsession with cannibalism.
and then at the bottom of the trivia, sadly, he was not on the TTV's Alternative Meats episode of the TTV podcast, in which Vardaran went on a tirade advocating for the benefits of human cannibalism.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Takuma has a tradition of making snarky tweets on Valentine's Day.
Ah, the tradition is over.
Really?
So,
I have barely touched Twitter in like well over a year.
You're not
I
missing
think the
out
last
on
time
it.
you touched it was right before our first date because you were doing something with the cookies.
Maybe. Oh yeah.
'Cause you showed me because you had.
Right. I did
minutes
tweet
that
out
was
pictures
over.
of me making the Batman cookies. That was about the last thing I think.
what a great wiki page. Brilliant
Yeah.
page.
Oh, his head's in his hands.
Yes. Ah.
I don't get that.
It's okay.
Hey, listen, you know what? I'd be worried if you were a vigilante superhero, Takuma, because then I'd just think, yeah, he's taking a bite out of crime, and get really worried.
You know what, LJ? You're on the.
Go on.
Slow
No, go
down.
ahead.
Take your time. Take your
Use your
time.
words.
I hope to never have
Enunciate.
another wedding again in my life. But if I do, you're not invited.
No!
Dang.
Well, there you go. Harsh words.
You know what? I also...
If you ever get married, I am sending your wife a letter that says my condolences.
Wait, hold on. Why did you say if?
Because dude, be realistic
What?
about your chances.
Oh, what? No!
He said be realistic.
That is so mean!
You said you have little to no chances.
Deeply messed up.
Deeply.
There's a higher chance of Bionicle coming back than you getting married.
Oh, no!
Dang.
Alright.
That's worse.
Okay, hold on. I need to go find that. I need to find that fanfic I wrote about LJ and Shiwa.
Okay, no, we're done. End the podcast. End the episode right now.
No. Let him
Alright.
cook. Let him cook.
No. Okay. Real quick.
Yes.
I did a poll in the YouTube live chat. Pancakes versus waffles. It got 30 votes.
Waffles?
53% voted waffles.
Yes.
Holy crap, we are so back.
They reign supreme.
Waffle
once again. You
sweep.
can't
Waffle
beat a
sweep,
really good
dude.
Belgian waffle, dude. There's no chance.
Sometimes
Just
they're just
can't.
too sweet.
Yeah, but
Then
if
just
it's
make them
like
better. That
if
wasn't
it's
an
like
option
the
when I was a
best
kid.
one, if it's like the best ever waffle versus the best ever pancake, I feel like the waffle will have more to come with. You know?
Yeah, right.
No.
The waffle just has like so much more going for it.
Waffles
the
can actually
best-
hold the stuff you put on them. Pancakes, it
No.
just runs off the sides.
No, I love pancakes.
No, a really
I love a
good
very
pancake.
specific kind of
Exactly.
pancake.
Really
I love
good.
a very specific kind of pancake.
How so?
Thin pumpkin pancakes, cold in the fridge with no syrup or butter.
Okay, why? Why?
That's
Have you ever had normal
disgusting,
food
man.
before?
Crap? Is crap
okay? Is crepe? Okay.
Crepes.
Oh, you mean crepes?
I don't know, man. I barely
Basically
know.
what it is.
I barely know how to.
A few weeks ago, LJ and I were watching some Brick Fair 2019 videos, and I had like you reviewing the crepe X, and we were kind of
Nice.
laughing about the pronunciation thing because I was like prodding you.
Think of it like that. It's like a
Dude,
cold...
I don't know, man. I'm trying to learn your guys' language, right? I'm going out of my mind, my way for you guys to
It's like a
communicate with
cold,
me, you know?
fluffy, thicker crepe.
Meso,
It's good. I would recommend it.
you've got a problem.
I just eat them like sweet snacks. Like I just pull one out of the fridge and I just start like munching on it. You know.
I'm still processing the fact that you put
You are a whole
crisps
different
in,
kind of
in the
disgusting.
fridge, dude.
I do.
That kind of
X,
like
X.
I can't even do
X.
cold pizza, man.
X.
What?
Next time you are in the States, I am going to treat you to frozen hot chocolate and some cold crisps from the fridge.
Frozen hot chocolate is a paradox within and of itself. How does that even? That's like, do you put the mug in there just like after it's done, like
In the
leave it in there in the freezer? Isn't it just like a
the trick
rock?
is it's like, so you have like the hot cocoa mix, right? Like the mix that you
No.
then cook
No.
or you like heat up. The trick is that you combine the mix with ice and milk and then blend it together. So it's like
That's
a
just
thicker
a
drink.
milkshake. But why
No,
would
it's a different
No,
I
that's
don't
just
want
like
to
a
hear any more of
milkshake
this.
type
Meso,
deal.
just end this.
No.
Please end this. End me right
Powdered
now.
cocoa? What do you have, powdered milk as well?
Yes.
Like what's going on?
That does exist. Powdered milk does
No,
exist.
about powdered
let's
milk.
we'll stop there, dude.
I just-
stop
Bef-
there.
before we end, Takuma, Mrs. Takuma, thank you guys for being here, and thank you for the
very
invitation
much.
Thank you for
and
being
the
here.
and the thank you
You're
card.
welcome,
that was
I
so
think.
that okay. That was
Yes,
so
thank
nice.
you.
It was
Thank
good
you
to see
for
guys.
thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry I wasn't there.
Great last.
Thank you
thank
for
you.
inviting me. I had a blast.
Thank you for
Me
coming
too.
on today and sharing your story. I'm glad for you guys and all the happiness. I hope you have a lifetime's worth of happiness to come. And thank you for celebrating this podcast with you being the final guest host ever, Mrs. Takuma. Thank you very much. It was a great time.
At least until we get little Takuma on here.
We're not having any more guests.
Mini
I wanna-
Takuma guest appearance.
I mean, he'd do it.
Maybe
I'm
Takuma.
telling you, he would not object.
He would be
this was an
hilarious.
appropriate final guest. I loved this because it's a relevant story. It's a wonderful like
Meso, it's
Takuma
not
like
gonna be our final
hallmark.
guest.
We're not having another guest. Podcast host like privilege says no more guests.
Sorry, but podcast host privilege says we're probably.
What,
gonna
but what
have
if,
to
but,
do
but
this.
Meso, what if
Yeah, you've been
I
overruled.
bring my wife on, huh? Then what? Then can we have a final guest?
Okay,
You have a wife?
Then we'll
We will
talk.
never get that episode out.
LJ, if you can speed run that in 3 months, you got a deal, bud. You got a deal.
Fantastic. What did I
But
do?
for now,
Go to Vegas.
Yeah, the TTV Vegas special.
TT Vegas. All right.
Did say we were branching out, so you know.
We are going to go ahead and wrap up this month's episode of the TTV Podcast. Thank you guys very much for hanging out and chilling with us. We will probably, well, I don't know, maybe we'll have one next month. We have to skip a month,
We do.
and we don't know which one we're going to skip, but one of these next few months there will not be an episode. So just keep that in mind. Last second super chat from World Cars Entertainment, delaying the stream, party emoji. Congratulations on your marriage. There you go. Thank you, World of Cars.
So that brings us together today.
There you go.
Now I have
And-
feels.
Thank you all so much for listening and hanging out with us tonight as we continue the march to 365. I will shill this for LJ. If you haven't yet, please go check out the TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com where you can nominate your greatest TTV podcast moments. It's, I believe, are there 2 threads, LJ?
There are 2 threads. We'll have them in the description. I've started the music. We got 17 seconds left.
Oh, okay. I'm Bye.
I'm LJ.
I'm Ven.
I'm Envy.
I'm Takuma Nova.
I'm the XX Trooper.
And bye, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Takuma. Bye.
No problem.
Bye, Mrs. Takuma.
Bye.
Bye.
guys.
Bye.